Welcome to the January 31st edition of Gridlife Digest, the weekly culture and gaming podcast, and the #1 Fatherhood is Like Diabetes podcast. My name is Noah Friskop, and joining me is the Idea Man, Micah Binfett.
Yo, what's up, guys? I feel like I'm in that one Bill Murray movie where he wakes up and he's just reliving the same day.
Shout out to Groundhog
That's exactly
Day.
what's happening right now. You have Groundhog Day. That's exactly what that movie's called. And that's what's happening right now because I feel like I'm reliving the podcast again, just the first, minute or so.
We may or may not have had a significant technical issue that is entirely, completely my fault. I'm not going to get into specifics. You can go check out twitch.tv/GridlifeDigest plays for that.
Yep.
Hot goodness. They know. I don't know who they are, but they know. And also, the San Francisco treat, Eli Shaw.
Hey, it's me, the guy with the new nickname.
The guy with the new nickname. I can't take credit for it. That honor goes entirely to Double D Doherty over there at Chiptooth Gaming. Go check them out. Subscribe. Listen to their new show. Completely Consensual, is that correct? I already forgot the name. All right, I'm a big, great fan of his, apparently, because I can't even remember what his damn show is called. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Yeah, just chilling.
Fantastic. And rounding us out, Platt Matt Kuklinski. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
You know, I'm really frustrated at myself, to be honest. I'm really not doing that great, but the show must go on.
Let's just pretend it didn't happen.
I can't do that. I beat myself up over everything.
Even though there's video evidence of it.
There's video evidence out there on a very specific site that I will not say again because I'm tired of saying it for the fourth time.
That starts with a T, but it's not that T does not translate to a train, so it's just T for something else.
T for train. We'll get back to you on that one. So every Wednesday, each of us chooses a topic for conversation. This is a bad one. This one is not worth the metaphorical dollar here. So each of us chooses a topic for conversation, and we recommend a piece of media for the group and audience to check out. You can get the show on iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube every Wednesday, and make sure to check out gridlifedigest.com to see all the content in one place. After the main episode airs, each topic will go up individually on our YouTube channel and for your digestible listening pleasure. In addition to being available on demand on the platform of your choice, we are now streaming and recording live on twitch.tv/GridlifeDigestPlays if you like your podcast raw and unedited, like it was. Very much raw and very much unedited. So while you're at it, follow us on all of our social media platforms, at Gridlife Digest on Twitter and Instagram, as well as at Gridlife Digest on Facebook, so you never miss what's happening. Now, it is time for the weekly Gridlife Digest press conference sponsored by Thank You Sony Santa Monica for telling us the release date of God of War, hashtag GOW420, hashtag Eli, take us away.
Load it.
Dank Norse Nugs.
That's right.
Get ready for it,
trending, please. If you're going to do anything from this episode that we tell you to do, go get that trending. Hashtag Dank Norse Nugs. You know what to do. So, not too many announcements this week. But we have a 2-part video miniseries up on our channel at this point where we walk you through all of our room/gaming/whatever setups, so go check those out. Micah spliced those together for us. Should be fun. I hope it's great. I hope we get 100,000 views. That might be a little overzealous, but I think we can hit it if we really try.
That's a dream. I mean, the last vlog video has 92 views, which I feel like that's almost like record. Exactly. I mean, just multiply that by a couple more zeros and you're there.
It's fine.
Anyways,
close enough.
But yeah, I'm proud of that video. How many views it's gotten in such a short amount of time. You know, our first episode of Gridlife Digest has over 200 views, but that's over the last 7 months or so.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're getting up there. You know. We're putting our personalities out there,
proliferating our seed across the internet.
Exactly, spreading it, injecting it in any orifice we see. Kind of disgusting, but I'm gonna go with it. And just stay tuned for more videos. I'm gonna try and put out a video on Monday, and every Monday and every Friday. You know, just a nice sandwich. You know, you get your Gridlife Digest in the middle of that. You know, you're full fat 2.5 hours of listening pleasure, and then you have the little videos I make, with a bunch of Micah-isms and other random stupid stuff. And anyways, stay tuned for Friday, especially because something different's gonna go up. It involves trains So stay tuned. It may or may not be a review of something with
Something that
trains.
involves trains. Just use your context
And-
clues and figure it out.
Yep. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that. And
Be excited.
get hyped.
It's yep.
The train has left the station. For
The train is
As it were.
in the building.
the train left the station and is simultaneously in the building. So it's kind of
And it is crashing
slow.
through
Yeah,
several other buildings.
Yeah.
It's
it's really bad.
it's the most beautiful train wreck you ever did see.
Slow motion,
There ever
like
was
350,000 frames a second, just debris
Yeah.
everywhere. Yeah.
You see every fucking detail, like just some kid picking his nose. You can see that too.
Yeah, you can see. Oh man, I'm not gonna go anymore because this could be a deep, deep rabbit hole.
We're just gonna keep on going.
I don't
We're
wanna talk
never
about
gonna
it.
get to podcasting.
Yeah.
Like we could do a whole episode where we're just talking just hypotheticals because I could go all day.
Oh, I love hypotheticals. Big fan of hypotheticals. So we're gonna move into our first little segment here. What have you guys been playing? Matt, start us off.
So I've been playing Dragon Ball Z Fighters
Yo,
and Horizon.
Horizon. Very good games.
How's that
from what I
Dragon Ball
understand.
Z?
yo, what happened?
Dragon Ball Z is pretty good. So I've been playing through the story mode, and the story mode itself isn't really that good because there's just so many Dragon Ball Z games that have done the story, the anime, like dozens of times now. So they wanted to do something original, which is a good idea because if they were to do like the story from the anime again, it would just be like boring at that point. But the story itself, it's original. I'll give it that. It's not that great. But like the gameplay is really fun. So I'm having fun with the game. But I've been pretty busy with school because I have like lots of homework to do. So I haven't put as much time into it as I would, like to have had. So I'll keep you guys updated. And my plan is to do like an official review for the channel once
Sweet.
I beat the story mode and play with some of the other modes and stuff like that when I have the time. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that game for now.
Awesome. Look for that in the foreseeable future, perhaps.
Yep. And for Horizon, I gotta say, I think when I said that it was like overrated, I spoke a little too soon.
That's
'cause,
right.
Man, that's a good game.
That's
right
a video
there.
game right there.
That's a good game.
So what really made it click for you?
Well, I think it's just the fact that like I got better at it because like when you're getting destroyed like over and over and over again and you're just getting mauled to death by these machines, it's not a fun time. And like I just kind of figured the game out, I guess. Like you got to be like a few levels above what they recommend, otherwise it's not going to be a fun time. And I guess like I've been more strategic, fighting machines. Like I'll hit their weak spots and stuff. Before I wasn't doing that as much, so I don't know. I made it to like my character, well, Aloy. I got her to level 26, and yeah, I'm just having like a lot of fun with it. And I think that the story did get a little more interesting, so I'm enjoying that too. So yeah, having a lot of fun with Horizon.
That's glad to hear. Because like I can see it being overrated, but also like it just does so many things right. That's like I don't know.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
really, the main key to survival is just rolling like a crazy person, especially when you unlock
Oh,
the
yeah,
far,
yeah,
like,
that's
far roll, and so you could just dive
Oh,
like
yeah.
really far. Then that's
Mhm.
pretty much the key to survival, almost like Dark Souls, even though it has
That's-
almost nothing in common with Dark Souls. How about you, Micah? You play anything?
Well, last week we were talking about like underrated gems, like underrated games, that we saw that didn't get the recognition they deserved.
Call back.
Anyways, I talked about the Hotline Miami series. So I got really hyped on Hotline Miami. So I started replaying the first Hotline Miami on PS4. Like I had said, it's much better on Vita just because of the small little nubbins. Like much more precise on those.
Yeah.
But anyways, I just kind of got used to it on PS4 now. Like I feel just as precise as it was on Vita now. It just took me like an hour or so to retrain my brain. Like, oh, this is how you use a PS4 controller for this game. And so, yeah, I the first time I played through it, I didn't really pay attention too much to the story. So now I'm getting more into it. I mean, it's still hard to figure out what's going on, but just because there's no voice actors and it's a lot of reading. I mean,
Yeah.
I can read, but still, like,
I can read. Disclaimer.
Confirmed.
I'd much rather have some voice actors come in and do that. Like, I don't know. I want someone to go in there and like just dub it. Someone to go on YouTube and just like start talking for each one of the characters in like dumb voices.
I'm gonna put
That would
on
be
this
amazing.
rooster mask. I'm gonna
Yeah.
kill people.
And then I started last week I ended up getting a Elgato capture card.
Oh yes.
So I figured like might as well just like record it while I'm playing. I mean, I wasn't doing any commentary or anything. I was just recording it for the hell of it. Like, hey, maybe I'll be able to slip this in a video somewhere. And I've even been thinking about like almost talking about that game for a video, like kind of like a retro
good game.
Exactly, some sort of like retrospective on like Hotline Miami. And like I'd watched a Super Bunny Hops video on Hotline Miami. It was more like a review. I'm like, I could take this and like kind of take it to another level if I tried.
What up, George?
So that's kind of my. Yep, what a great guy he is. I love his voice. Everyone go watch his videos.
The critical close-up of
And,
MGS2 might be my
that's pretty
favorite
much all I
video of all time.
played, and I think I watched that one. I think I watched all of them, but it's just been a while because each one of those videos are super long.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing.
Nice.
Too much, but gonna play more this week hopefully.
Got those.
What have you been playing, Noah?
Oh, what have I been playing? Well, did I talk
Yeah.
about MGS4 last week, or was I still on 2?
You're still on 2, I
Okay,
believe.
so I beat 2. Just what a fucking game. I'll reiterate. So I started 4, and while it is still great, I feel it has kind of been knocked down a peg for me. Some of its flaws have kind of crept through the surface a little bit more. I
Damn
find
it.
some of the just the jokes and the idiosyncrasies a little bit less appealing at this time around, even though this is like my third playthrough. But at its core, like the scenarios that it gives you, like they're so well designed for a game that was begrudgingly made in the first place. Like I can't help myself but enjoy it, despite its strange, unnecessary design decisions sometimes, and artistic decisions, I guess, rather. So I am almost done with that. I finished the Shadow Moses chapter, spoilers. It came out in 2008, which is still probably one of my favorite just contained levels in any game period, just from start to finish. It's so fucking good. Like, just, you walk in the snow, and like the camo changes all white and he looks super badass, and then you go in and the music starts playing when you hit the heliport section, and then it just chills. Then you get the Mark 23 pistol, and it's just you go through, you see all the rooms that you know the whole area like the back of your hand, and it's just a really special moment. Other than that, like I tried to put out my article about MGS3 last week, but it's apparently way more ambitious than I thought. There's just so much to dissect in that game that I'll probably shoot for Thursday this week to do it, but no promises this time, because man, it's just so dense, just mechanically and thematically. So 4 will be the last article that I do before I do like an epilogue. So look out for that in several weeks. So I'm kind of previewing it way ahead of time. But yeah,
Are you going to do 5?
I did part of 5. I played like 10 hours of 5. I
Okay.
was just like, no, I can't. I was gonna try to do like at least the act 1, but I was like, there's too much. There's too much here. I just wanted to get to the meat and potatoes. Peace Walker, I kind of got that same kind of experience, but 5 I was just like, so it's just too much right now. I want that linear.
It's a lot of
linear
game to
story.
chew on.
It's a lot of game to chew on, and it's just like I just keep getting like I was at this one side op, and I just kept getting spotted. I'm like, why the fuck can I just clear this one side op? So really, it was just one side op that made me stop. But I'm kind of glad I did, so I could just plow through the other ones and get to 2, which was fantastic. So yeah, I'll leave that until I get my full article series up eventually, and then also I made a really monumental mistake. I started playing Persona 5
Oh,
because
geez.
the way Micah was talking about it, I was like, man, this sounds pretty cool, and everyone seems to really love it. And yeah, for some reason, I couldn't really get into Persona 4, but Persona 5 has really grabbed my attention already, and I'm not that far.
Sweet.
Not that far at all. It just
How many hours are you into it?
A few. I'd say probably maybe 3 at max. Yeah.
Oh,
I've
okay.
only done a few battles. I met Morgana, but I haven't done too much. I'm just kind of going through the motions of learning stuff.
Like, you still have like a feel for the game, though.
Yeah.
You know, you got your teeth in like good enough to know what the game is about, how the mechanics
Yeah.
work. You know, I'm sure you're gone to school and
I've gone to school.
You know,
I got the first
yep.
school question right, and it made me feel good. And I got
Okay.
knowledge up, and then the fucking awesome music started playing. And I was like, yeah, I feel good.
So have you like Googled any of the answers? Or
Not
you been
yet.
trying?
I've only had one question. To be
Okay,
honest.
because they get super fucking obscure. Like the more you go into it, it's like, oh well, what is this Japanese artist's name and what did he do and just shit like that. It's like I have no fucking idea.
Is there any way to like study to like narrow down the answers, or does it just keep asking you questions off the cuff like that?
Well, what happens is that's kind of like the learning period, in school. Like
Yeah.
that's just part of the lessons, and then later on you take an exam, and it takes
Oh.
those questions and puts it in the exam.
Okay.
So if you paid attention and learn that, then it'll help you for the exam. So it kind of works like real life, almost,
Okay,
which is
so
kind of annoying.
I
But
can also
I always
cheat.
I always end up like Googling it just because like I want to get as many points as I can. Because I'm sure it'll help out in the long run instead if I were to be, true to myself and not cheat.
You like
I
actually
mean,
study
it's
the
pretty much
stuff.
That's still real.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm just gonna cheat like I did in high school.
Yeah.
Don't cheat in high school, guys.
No, don't, or you might be sent to this like really preppy Japanese high school. But I don't know, something about I think it just
Yeah.
might be the premise. Just the idea of like going to like these really fucked up people and just like trying to change them from the inside out. Like Persona 4 had that cool like murder mystery going for it, but for some reason like the cast of characters just weren't as interesting. And already I just feel a stronger connection to these characters. And even just in the first couple hours, like it presents some really mature themes and subject matter that I'm
It
like,
does.
holy shit.
It's super mature.
Yeah.
Like that game is like it seems a little more mature than the last one. Actually, it's like, oh fuck, I didn't expect this because the game is like super bright and colorful, and now everyone's all happy. And then like, oh, this guy's like, oh, I may or may not have touched some girls,
Oh yeah.
And it's
Whoa.
like, fuck, I wasn't expecting that.
Well, even just like the whole reason for him getting like expelled, or I'm like, shit, like that's wow. Like, and also I don't like how much of a dick everyone is to him. Like he stood up for someone, but maybe it's just a culture difference. It's just because it's very much like a, respect your elders no matter what type of thing over there.
Exactly. It's kind of a culture thing, whereas we don't have that as much over here in America. In Japanese, it's a normal thing. Respect your elders no matter what, even if they're beating you,
Especially-
sexually abusing you.
Yeah, it's like especially since like the said person was like a higher up in a company, so like they were able to sue, and like they obviously were gonna point the case in his favor. But yeah, what's the? I always forget the guy that the restaurant owner that he's living with.
I don't know. Isn't he like his uncle or something?
I don't know. It was like
That's-
I don't think actually he think he's related at all. He just kind of like
He showed up and
he
like,
needed the money.
hey, yeah.
Yeah.
That could be. It's some sort of like foreign exchange student type deal, except he's just being sent off because apparently he was a bad kid at his other school.
Well, like
I'm
he wasn't
guessing.
even a bad kid. Like he has the criminal record now, but it's because he was trying to help somebody. But whatever. We're getting into the weeds. But he's just so unnecessarily rude to him. Like everything I say, I'm like, thank you for the food. I'm like very respectful, and he's like, oh, you do have manners. Like, puh. Like,
yeah.
Like,
but he becomes
you.
more more likable later on. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it kind of goes with every character. The more development that goes on, the more you grow to love these characters.
Okay. I'll keep being nice.
Even myself, like I haven't played it a lot. I've played it probably like 18, 20 hours, and like I passed the first palace or whatever it's called, and I got past Mementos, that section, and then I'm going into the second one where this other character pops up that you have to go and steal their crown or whatever the fuck that was.
Their heart.
You have to steal, their heart. That's what it was. It was some shiny object. But yeah, I'm working on that, and I really need to get back to that game. Like I love the hell out of Persona 4 Golden, and this game's no different. It's just kind of like finding the time to actually sit down and play that game. But I mean, what I need to go do is go and play it on remote play like I originally was doing.
Yes.
Because that makes it so much easier.
I was
I can
just about
just
to
lay
say
down
that.
in bed and play this game.
Yep.
And I have to stare at a screen. It doesn't feel weird because I'm used to how I played Persona 4 Golden, which was on Vita. That was the way to play it. I mean, the only way to play Persona 4 Golden besides, the original Persona 4 on PS2. But it's definitely the way to play that game. And it's perfect. You don't even have to have the most amazing internet connection. Because even if it does like skip or something, it doesn't matter. Because it's just what's that called?
Turn-based.
Turn-based. It doesn't matter when you pick it. Nothing's timed. There's no fucking stupid quick time events or anything like that. Nothing fast-paced like Call of Duty. You can just go and select your move, and that's it. And then if it skips, oh well, you're still fine, and nothing too serious is gonna happen. But yeah.
Yeah, I was
go play that game.
Go play that game. I was just about to say how perfect it is on the Vita. I started it
amazing.
just on the regular PS4. I'm like, this is cool, but like one day after work, I'm like, I am way too tired to sit at my desk right now. So I just popped open the Vita. I'm like, holy crap, this is how I'm going to play this game from now on. Like I don't know why, but I had this weird like just the movement just felt wrong. It's almost like your issue with Hotline Miami. It's like it just doesn't feel right with these sticks. But then I played on Vita. I'm like, all right, this feels right.
Yeah, it feels at home. That this is where it's meant to be. Like, why didn't we get a port to Vita?
Yeah, it's on PS3. Like, come on.
Exactly. Like, if PS3 can pump out that game, like just downgrade that version a bit and throw it on Vita. Like, I'm pretty sure it would be that easy. But who knows?
Persona 5 Crimson coming to the PlayStation Vita.
Decision.
Yeah,
it was really
They should
weird.
have put it like on Vita as well, because I would have bought it in like a heartbeat.
Exactly, and then they're missing out on the sales, especially for the Japanese market, because they'd be all over that shit. I mean, the PS4 is selling better here, but the Vita is like insanely popular over there.
Oh, yeah, all handhelds.
Oh yeah, because they're super into handhelds, and like Persona Q, I think it was called. That came out on 3DS. Like, come on, 3DS is way less powerful than Vita. Like, they could throw a Persona game on another Persona game on Vita easily.
It was also very different. It was like built from the ground up for 3DS.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They could have done it. I mean, it's probably mostly Sony's fault. Like, Sony could have begged them, but, like, oh, please, Atlas, put it on a Vita. But that didn't happen. And it probably will never happen because the Vita's dead, unfortunately.
Switch, ideally.
Switch would be amazing, yeah. Even that, like, I could see that
absolutely
happening.
run it. You wouldn't even have to downgrade the PS3 version.
You wouldn't. You could put the exact same one. I mean, it's in 720p, but the screen's 720p, so it doesn't matter. And it would work perfectly on Switch. And anyways, like on the case for Persona 5, it doesn't say only on PlayStation, whereas like most of the Sony exclusives do. So it's a possibility they could move this to Switch if they really wanted to, because that's another Japanese-oriented market. Like the PS4 is. Like, there's no way in hell they'd put that on Xbox because no one plays the Xbox. And
yeah,
no one at all. Like, maybe there's like one or two white dudes that have it, but that's it.
Yeah, Persona 5 Crimson, get on it, Atlas and Sony or Nintendo. Excuse me.
Yes.
You play anything, Eli?
Yeah, I've been playing a bunch of different things. I got back into XCOM 2 a tiny bit.
Oh yeah.
played like 3 missions. I don't know. I just had like a really bad itch for it. And that it's as brutal as I remember. So I've been playing that. I've been playing a tiny bit of Stardew Valley on the Switch, here and there, like at lunch during work. But the thing that I've really been getting back into is Wolfenstein 2: New
Amen.
Colossus. Whoo boy, just got to Roswell, that whole part. And I know I'm super early into it, but Grace is awesome. Shout out to Super Spesh, who is just like, what? First off, what a name. Second, what a interesting character. And then just like not even actually, not playing the game is just as interesting as playing it, because when you like start off in a world like in a new chapter, you can really just stand there and listen to the conversations that are happening around you, and like that's just as interesting as the actual main story that's going on. And I just love doing that. I love just walking around each level before I actually get into like shooting stuff and just listening to what everyone's talking about.
I don't know what's in the water over at Machine Games, but their writing staff is incredible. Like just the moment to moment conversations are so poignant, and well done.
It's crazy. When you get to spoilers, I guess, but when you get to Roswell, like there's a couple like KKK guys talking to this Nazi officer, and like they're from the South, obviously, and they're trying to like learn German, but they're speaking with like a terrible like Southern American accent, and the Nazi guy is like, no, just stop. There's no way you're gonna get through this.
Yeah.
There's no way you're disrespecting our country.
Yeah, even though they still do it really well, I feel like the stuff in the New Order was a little bit more authentic because the studio is in Europe. Like, so it kind of has like they kind of were able to capture that essence a little bit better. Whereas now that it's in America, it kind of seems a little stereotypical at times. It just, but
Yeah, a
not
little
really.
bit.
I don't know. There's just like a hint of it, which I didn't ever feel in New Order. I was like, this feels pretty authentic to the area, but not that I would really know all that much. But yeah, no, the writing is on point always.
It's amazing. Highly recommended. I'm upset I didn't play it sooner, so it would have been on my game of the year list for sure.
Mm-hmm. So,
but yeah, that's it.
You got so much shit ahead of you. I don't even want to say anything because, man, go play Wolfenstein 2. Support single player games if you're scared about single player games going away. Bethesda's putting out some great shit.
Support Bethesda, yeah.
Yeah. Their catalog like I said this before, like their catalog has been some of my favorite this generation, just completely. So props to them. Probably should fix their honestly, Bethesda Game Studios proper has had the most issues this generation. Like they've had my least favorite decisions and products, Fallout 4 and Creation Club being those. But anything we forgot at all, or can we move on?
Well, I actually started playing that one Call of Duty game, Infinite Warfare.
Oh
right?
yeah,
that's
good. That's a great
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, and anyways, that has the same voice actor as BJ Blazkowicz. What's his name? Do you know?
Oh, I don't. What is it? We gotta figure
I
this
don't
out.
remember either.
Yeah,
But he's great.
He is great, and like I started playing it, and I was like, this guy sounds super fucking familiar.
Brian
and then I
Bloom?
brought it up in the group chat. Okay, and then Noah, you brought it up. You're like, oh yeah, it's the same voice actor as BJ. I could just tell, and that's one of those games that I had bought like when it first came out, and I just played the multiplayer with my friends, and I hadn't ever touched single player. Starting to get into it, and I'm actually doing it for a video. Stay tuned for that. It'll probably come out not this week, but the next week. That's what I'm planning on.
Okay.
But anyways, it's super cool. Like that game. I mean, it's super underrated. That campaign for what it is. I mean, you still get the same, Michael Bay explosions and whatnot. But I mean, there's cool robots like Ethan. He's a robot that kind of thinks like a human, and it's pretty sick. So I'm excited to get more into that.
Yeah, last
Um,
year was a great
yep.
year for robots in first-person shooters between BT and Ethan. It's like they were the respective stars of their games. Yeah, so Brian was the likeness and voice of Nick Rias in Infinite Warfare, and yeah, it's severely underrated. That's like because everyone shat on it. Like when the initial trailer came out, they're like, "Oh, space! Like, why don't they listen to us?" Even though the game was in development for 3 years, and they could not have possibly listened to the outcry that had happened the year before. So
No.
it got an unfair shake. That being said, I kind of get some of the criticism because I jumped into multiplayer and went nope after about 30 seconds. So I mean, with Call of Duty being predominantly multiplayer, I kind of get the criticism. But that campaign is so good. Like it has, the Michael Bay craziness and like some really surprising amount of heart, especially in the ending.
Yeah. I'm excited. I mean, it's kind of a short game, right? Probably like 8 hours
It
at the
took me
most.
like 8 hours. Like that's longer. Like I remember when COD campaigns were like 5 at the most. So it's an improvement.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So that's like you're reaching almost like a short Uncharted game,
Yeah.
like Lost Legacy,
Lost Legacy
levels.
territory. If you do all of the
Yeah.
flight missions, actually, have you done any of the flight missions yet? Because I actually really like them. I was wondering how you felt.
Oh, okay. I haven't tried it yet.
Okay,
Like
cool.
all I did is played the campaign for about an hour, and I haven't gone back to it since.
Gotcha.
But I'm definitely gonna go back to it.
It almost
Like
gets
forcing my
yeah.
what?
I would say it almost has kind of a Mass Effect vibe after a point because like you get your own ship and like with the quarters and you pick missions non-linearly. So you can kind of have a little bit
I've
of
heard
choice.
I've heard people compare it to like Halo. Like this is what Halo would have been if they had done it like I don't know, like 10, 20 years before Halo happened. This is like kind of the lead up to it. Like with the technology and whatnot. It's like a step above.
I disagree.
That's what I've heard.
Because there are like laser weapons and stuff, and like Halo doesn't really have that, at least on the terms of the human side. It's a lot more like dirty and gritty in Halo. Like I feel like they're much more almost, I don't want to say realistic, because I feel like Halo was pretty on this pretty realistic in the point, because like imagine us like 500 years from now, like with the rate that technology is advancing, I could see some of that stuff actually happening. But yeah, I don't know if I compare it to Halo. They're pretty different.
Okay. Yeah, the only reason I'm saying that is because back when I listened to Giant Bomb, Jeff Gerstmann was saying that, and he was making that comparison. I was like, oh, that's kind of an interesting comparison. So
some of the ship
yeah,
designs are similar. I'll give it that.
Okay.
So it's not
but
too
he
far
wasn't
off.
saying it was. He wasn't saying it was exactly like Halo. He was just saying like this is kind of like the lead up to it. Like
Yeah.
I
can see that.
Like you're saying, like they didn't have a lot of laser weapons
Or
in the Halo
robot like androids or anything. Like I know way too much about Halo like lore from reading all those fucking books. So I'll stop before I talk your nose off.
Oh, okay. You're like, that's not canon.
That used to be my shit before 343 stepped in. Like all those Bungie Halo novels, fantastic. All right. Yeah, no, go play Infinite Warfare. It's probably on sale for super cheap eventually. I've seen it on sale for as low as $20, so it's even for just the campaign, it's totally worth it. Especially if you like the flight missions. All right, so we're gonna move on into topics. So I'm gonna start us off since it is game oriented. I like to connect the game topics to what we've been playing. So let me pull up an article first. I'm really underprepared. So recently there was a whole talk about the next Dragon Age and how it's going to be structured. We've been seeing lately that EA is taking very much of a games as service stance with a lot of their properties, like you saw with Anthem coming up. Like that's going to be very much Destiny like. For better or worse, we have yet to see. I'm hoping that they're the first to really nail it. But there also was reports about Dragon Age being a quote-unquote live game. So I'm just going to read some of the IGN article. Quote, BioWare's Casey Hudson has said in development Dragon Age game will be a live experience, which means designing a game for continued storytelling after the main story. Speaking on Twitter, Hudson confirmed that the game will remain story and character-focused, but added the idea of it being live afterwards. So basically, almost kind of like what Assassin's Creed Origins is doing, which is having like little like micro stories that are happening for limited time. And I just wanted to know, what game that was previously single player do you think would work best as a live games of service? My example would
Well,
be.
I think.
Oh, go ahead.
I just want to say, like, it's still single player. It's just they're continuing to add on, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
They're not
basically.
changing.
Yeah. It's,
Okay.
So
that's what they're
Still
claiming,
single player.
but you're still going
like,
to
the
get
game
stuff
is, like-
piecemeal.
So it's more of like a platform almost. Like
Yeah.
they have their base game, and then over the years they added more and more content onto it.
Yeah, basically.
Kind of like
that's what they're saying.
how. Okay, so basically like what they've done, like with Destiny and Rainbow Six Siege and games like that. Kind of is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but like it's
Um,
Dragon Age, like that is a series that like I want to be
Mm,
the product, and I want to take at my own pace, at my own leisure, rather than being worried about missing timed events or whatever. Like I'm not interested in that.
oh, I didn't realize that kind of shit would be.
Yeah,
happening.
like
Yeah.
Origins has like these big like Egyptian god boss fights that only happen in limited time. It's like I want to do these like on my own terms. Like I don't want to be rushed to do them. And like recently, like with Injustice 2, the Justice League skins, like I missed out because I waited because I just didn't feel like playing Injustice. I'm like, shit, well, now it's too late. So now I only have Wonder Woman's boots, which is good enough for me, I guess. It's gonna have to be until they redo the deal. But it's like, yeah, it's like once you miss out until they do it again, if they do it again. But like Dragon Age, like I'm not down with this idea, even if it's still just micro chunks of story. Or maybe if they just don't, or if they just do like The Witcher 3, where they just do mini DLC chunks, and I'll be okay with that.
I mean,
it adds to the story instead of having a limited time. I'm just mainly worried about the limited time stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of bullshit. It's like I wanted to play that bit, but it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
I had to be one of these guys who are just in their parents' basements all day. Just waiting to play the next game, waiting to play this next bit in Assassin's Creed or whatever it is.
Way to
But I thought of
perpetuate
a
the
game
stereotype.
yeah, sorry, but I was just kind of I had to go off of it. But anyways, one game I thought of like that would work really well is like Pokemon or something like that.
Oh shit!
Like you know what I'm saying? Because they already have that kind of timed events. Like, oh, you have to get on your DS.
Pokemon Go.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, like the DS games, like you can go and get like these timed event Pokemon games or Pokemon. Like get Deoxys or whatever for limited time.
like multiplayer tournaments.
Or something.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, multiplayer tournaments. It doesn't necessarily have to be single player. It could just be just going out and fighting people. And maybe they'll do something like that on Switch. Because the next couple Pokemon games are supposed to be on Switch or for the foreseeable future.
I wish Pokemon did something like that, because for me, like once I finish the campaign, I'll do some of the post game stuff, but
there isn't much.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like the older games had more stuff to do, and then the newer games just kind of like they didn't have as much things to do afterwards. And
Unless if you're super hard.
for me, I'm not part of the like hardcore Pokemon scene where people are like training their Pokemon and like,
oh man,
like breeding them and EV training them. Like, because I had friends that do that and tried to get me into it. I'm like, nah, man, I can't. This is too like
too much.
Too much time has to go into this. So I'm like, nah. I just move on to like the next game.
I actually did that for a bit. Like I did the IV breeding and all that bullshit. Oh man, I remember spending like
yeah, dude, it's so insane.
I think I spent like at least 20, 30 hours trying to breed this one perfect Pokemon. And it was so fucking hard because you got to go around and run around with the stupid egg. Oh, it doesn't have the right IVs. I went to this one guy and told me, he doesn't have the right traits that I want. Okay, go and breed it again.
And like you need the correct nature too, and there's
because
20 something natures.
Exactly, because there's like no for sure way to tell exactly what it has, but it's just like an indication of it might have it.
It's like predetermined too.
So it's so annoying.
So you can't like turn off your game and hatch it again.
You can't
because it's always going to be the same nature and.
Exactly.
It's a whole ordeal, man.
And then the same thing. Well, EV training is actually easier.
I heard. I heard about that.
Yeah, you just go and search up the Pokemon to fight, and then, whatever Pokemon is, like, let's say it's like Rattata.
Yeah.
You kill one Rattata, it'll give you I don't know, +1 attack or something,
Yeah.
or like for every 4 Rattatas you kill, it'll give you one attack point or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And which is really neat, but like if you fuck up on it, it's annoying. Like, oh shit, I didn't mean to kill that guy. Now I got like a health, EV instead of like an attack EV.
Yep.
Annoying. But I got really into it there for a second until I found like action replay, and I'm like, I can just hack the most perfect Pokemon, and no one will ever know.
And then it wasn't fun anymore.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
But I kind of got past the bullshit like training
Yeah.
and shit,
You did
I
the
was
work
like, okay,
already.
I'm just getting, yeah, like really when it comes down to it, it's the strategies, like it's not about having like the most powerful Pokemon. It's more about having like attacks and you have to predict what people are gonna do. Like, this guy has an ice type, and I have a grass type. And if he over predicts or something, like I might end up taking him out, or just kind of just something like that. Or if I over predict and think me out and I switch, but in fact he switches to some other guy, it's just, it's weird. But there's a lot of thought process going into that game. It's not just the training, even though that is a big part of it. But
if they did do something where it's like they add content every few months, like story stuff, down with that, because
that would be down.
That'd be like, it would give me a reason to play Pokemon again, because I'm not gonna join the competitive scene. Fuck.
It's a lot of work.
I hope they do something cool with Pokemon on Switch.
Yeah, for sure. They need to bring in like side quests, like make it more of an RPG.
Yeah,
not of like baby's first RPG, which is what Pokemon is.
Just make it an RPG, just flat out.
What about
straight up? And like, I don't want this like, either it's baby's first RPG or you have to be the most insane player to get good at the competitive scene. I want the in between. I don't want the polar opposite. I want the in between. Please, like, give it to me.
What are you saying, Eli?
I was gonna say, what if they make like a Colosseum game where it is a little more story based, and then they just kind of keep adding to it like that?
That might work. That might be a little bit easier if you're gonna do a multiplayer thing. Yeah, I can see that. Honestly, I just want something that isn't Pokken Tournament on Switch. Preferably like a real full-fledged Pokemon game, but I'd take a Colosseum type too. That'd be pretty cool.
I mean, yes, essentially we all want that traditional Pokemon, but like, how can you really add to the traditional Pokemon formula without kind of just messing everything up?
Yeah. That's the balance.
I can understand that.
Got to be creative with it.
All right, so I know we're kind of like, or this is going to be like a little bit off topic.
Okay.
But for the next Pokemon game, can they please finally like make the tutorial optional in the beginning? Like, oh my god.
When you talk to like the professor or whatever.
All tutorials should be optional.
No. The professor, that's fine, but like, does he really have to teach me how to throw a Pokeball?
Oh, okay.
Like the really basic stuff.
I'm talking about stuff like that. Like, so annoying. I hate that.
Make it happen.
Crap.
Nintendo and HAL Laboratories. Pokemon Company.
Yes,
whoever owns Pokemon. Who owns Pokemon? I never understood that. It's like
Game Freak.
Game Freak.
Game Freak.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Not HAL. That's
Game
who I
Freak.
meant. I didn't mean HAL Laboratories. I meant Game Freak. That's right. Okay. And then Nintendo just publishes, or like they gotta have some kind of ownership in there.
I think they just publish.
I think Nintendo, they might own Game Freak.
I think what the deal is they own like a portion of it, of their stock or something, like a majority of it. So they are making most of the decisions anyway.
Because that Elephant game came out on like PS4 and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, Nintendo in the end probably got some of the profits from that, because I think they own like a decent amount of Game Freak. I'm pretty sure. But they're still considered like almost like a second party studio, I guess you'd say. Kind of like the same way Insomniac is like a second party studio to PlayStation.
Okay, that's
fair. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they can they primarily, publish games on Nintendo, but they could go other places, if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
So Nintendo
that's
just must own like the game rights to Pokemon or something.
That's possible.
I think that's what it is. That could, yeah, I think they own but then like, yeah, I don't know. And then like when they started putting out Nintendo games on like iPhone and shit like that, I was like, that's kind of weird. I didn't expect that kind of move from Nintendo. It's kind of a normal thing now, which it wasn't at first. But that's kind of weird side tangent.
So the Pokemon company.
I looked up like who owns Pokemon and stuff.
Yeah.
And I found two sources that say Nintendo owns about 33% of
Oh,
the
okay.
Pokemon game franchise.
Okay.
Huh.
And the other 33 would be Game Freak and the Pokemon Company, something like that.
Huh. So that's its own company too. That's so confusing.
Yeah, 'cause they put out like the shows. And
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, that's true. And then they sell the cards and all the plushies and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, I guess that makes sense because Pokemon is freaking huge. So
Yeah, it is.
of
It's very complicated.
It'll never
shareholders.
stop as long as I'm alive.
Yep, it's always going to be a big thing.
Once you die, it'll still be going
Mhm.
on. They'll still be pumping out uglier and uglier Pokemon. Just
Oh,
it's
they're just
never
running
gonna
out of
stop.
ideas at this point.
Yeah. So
This Pokemon's just a human.
human mon, human. It's terrible. Oh my gosh, this one's just a trash bag. It's just like sitting there.
Oh,
Um,
Garbodor.
Yeah,
whatever his name
that
is.
I mean, you
rubbish.
pretty much nailed it. You should get
It's
hired.
actual thing.
That is a Pokemon, a real life Pokemon.
Wow.
Yeah,
Reason.
I'm pretty
He's
sure
like a
that
dumpster.
was
Yep.
actual
Now,
thing,
now,
something like
now they just need to make like a porta potty Pokemon, like a toilet Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, just,
Porta pond.
go through the whole
I don't know.
the whole like fecal route. Landfill Pokemon.
that's the mega evolution.
Yeah.
It's just a
And
sewer.
then eventually it's just the whole world like covered in trash.
Yeah. The whole world is one giant Pokemon. Have they done that yet? Is that's got to be a thing, right?
I mean,
what?
Like the whole
That's pretty
world
much
is a giant
Torterra.
Pokemon.
Oh,
it's pretty much Torterra.
Oh, so there's
I
the
mean,
okay, cool.
If you think about it, yeah,
All right.
because he has like a big old tree on his back, and it kind of goes in line with that myth that we're on a turtle's back. Yeah, there's a thing about that, some Greek myth or some shit like that.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
There's a,
Avatar.
oh yeah,
Is that a
The
Pokemon?
lion turtle.
the lion. Yeah.
oh, you're
Don't
talking
forget about the lion turtle.
Appa?
No, not Appa. Appa.
Oh, no.
We're all on top of Appa.
No,
the-
Appa.
for
It's just a
season three.
normal thing.
Bison.
Yeah.
We're not all on top of Bison.
That's a little bit different than a turtle.
Just like the whole world is covered in fur.
Anyway,
So I was thinking about like some unorthodox like single player franchises. So I know Valve hates making games now, but what if you did Portal 3 and it was implemented with new tests incrementally, and you had like leaderboards,
that'd be
like
dope.
top testers for like time trials, and then also like you have like co-op tests specifically. So there's not really it's less of like a story thing where it's just constantly adding new rooms for you to challenge, and you can kind of do that now with 2 because the workshop support is pretty well supported with new content, but like that's technically mods, I guess. So like if you had like officially licensed, like you had some community made ones, you had some dev made ones to kind of just build up like this giant test chamber of
like Mario Maker.
like you have creation tools within it, so you can easily make your own rooms, but then also you're getting the official support as well. You kind of get the best of both worlds. I don't know. I was thinking that might be interesting, but kind of
The only thing I don't. The only thing I don't like about that idea is it's just the portal levels. Like, I want some of the portal quirkiness involved. Like, put some story bits in there, put some voice acting.
that's why you get
I
the
don't-
official ones too. Yeah, so like you have like
Okay.
the fan made ones, which are just the assets
Yeah.
creatively utilized as they are. Like people are
Mhm.
making crazy levels for Portal 2, but then you also get the little chunks of story that you get with a typical
Okay.
games of service game, but it's not the focus. It's more like the multiplayer interaction.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that because like that was pretty much a big thing for me in Portal was like Wheatley's a weird quirky robot thingy, big ol' eye.
Yeah.
There's GLaDOS, and she's amazingly voiced. That's a big part of that game for me. So if it was just like levels upon levels, it's like, yeah, I'm getting kind of bored here. Even though it's like they're mixing it up every time, but still like the same assets and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why you probably have your
yeah.
main story. But
I appreciate that though.
I feel like if they do make a Portal 3, that's the route they would go.
think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the way
Or
to
maybe not like-
keep engagement.
Yeah, maybe not the like Valve developed levels, but definitely like the more support for player made levels.
Yeah, so you just keep it going forever.
I don't know. I just don't see Valve as like a super continuation friendly company.
Unless it's Dota or Counter-Strike, then they'll keep updating it forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it'll make them like millions of dollars, then sure they'll do it. But
Yeah, exactly. I don't see that happening, especially when they got Portal 2 and people are still making levels for it. So it's like, why even touch it if people are just keep, engaging? I'd love to see where Portal is on like the top games played chart like right now, but I will wait to do that. Do you have any ideas, Eli, for a single player game that could be turned into a multiplayer always online nightmare?
Well, I want to say maybe like an Uncharted Lost Legacy type game where it's not like the main story, but every now and then they'll just like put out additions to it, like
Kind of like levels.
yeah, like levels, or like every addition that they add is just another character's story, but it's all like under the Lost Legacy banner,
I can kind of see
I can
that.
see that.
If that makes sense.
It wouldn't really be a multiplayer thing though. It would
Yeah.
still
No,
be
it
as a
wouldn't be
game of service
multiplayer.
because it's being constantly updated. I guess it counts.
Yeah.
I mean, I want them to do more Uncharted, but I just don't see that happening. But I don't see any
No,
of
yeah,
these happening. But that's
especially-
just hypotheticals.
With like the end of Nathan Drake his story, like it would just give them more room to explore that world, but without like making full-fledged Uncharted games,
Yeah,
that would probably disappoint everyone. But if it's like, all right, I bought the Lost Legacy game like deluxe edition with the expansion pass, and like every year or so I get a new story of some like a different character, I feel like people wouldn't be as upset about that, rather than like paying $60 and it's like this isn't Nathan Drake, this Cutter game isn't the same as Uncharted
Yeah.
2 or 3,
I would still be down for that. Yeah, I feel like just after a while, like it would just begin to sour Uncharted as a whole. It's like, all right, we're just keep getting these small stories. Like I'd be cool for a couple of them, but you don't want to just have this team just toiling away at these like small Uncharted bits for years and years. You want to like give it a
or
break.
maybe just like one story for each of the main characters that we had,
Yeah, I can see that.
like we got Chloe, like I said, Cutter maybe.
There's not
if
too many
he's
more characters
interesting
either.
enough.
Yeah, no, you could do
Maybe
something
a
Cutter.
Sully story.
Cutter's up to some shit. Absolutely.
Give us like a Sully prequel with what's her name from Uncharted 3?
please. Oh, Marlo. That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
Marlo.
I'd be down with that. He was also up to
Yeah,
stuff.
I just don't see that happening with Uncharted though. Like I don't think they create like a service like that. Just because they put too much time into those games and so much effort,
Yeah, no.
all that as a full-fledged game.
Yeah, this was more
They
or less just
probably-
like a what would be cool rather than what
Yeah.
would actually happen. You
Mhm.
just kind of let your mind
I mean, yeah, that
wander.
amazing. But yeah,
I almost
Other than that,
uh,
I guess like just like sports games in general, like I don't want to have to worry about buying like 2K every year for like the incremental changes, but also like no one's playing the last 2K at this point,
Yeah, I don't know why they don't do that.
Mhm.
Just charge up the ass with the microtransactions and just have it update every year.
Or just like a $20 update every year.
Yeah,
You
that
know?
would be so much better.
and it's just called like NBA 2K, and that's it. And then
Yeah.
they just update it.
Yeah, it's
Like,
just
the
2K as a platform.
Mhm.
I mean, it
The
seems
same thing with
like-
Madden.
They are making
Like-
so much money every year because of people just every year they buy a new game, you know?
Well, yeah,
Mhm.
it's not even the new game that they're making money on. It's all like the microtransactions. So like they could just continue updating small little stuff. They wouldn't have to devote so many resources to making a full-fledged game. They could just make the stuff that really makes them a shit ton of money. I feel like it would probably save a lot of the development costs would go down and the profit would probably go up because like people would continually buy the game to get the new updates, and then also people would be engaged enough to want to buy the small microtransactions. So it seems pretty obvious to me, but I'm not a
Yeah, EA, listen, we're giving you full reign on put as many microtransactions as you need to in Madden and just give us like
yeah.
a solid platform, you know?
Yeah, like just give us those roster updates. Give us, the little tweaks that I'm sure most people will be pissed off because like that's how things happen when people change games that they like. But yeah, no, I'm really surprised they haven't done that by now. But anyway, I'm not an expert on
I think
sports
Rocket
games.
League is like the first sports game, air quotes, that actually does something like that.
Yeah, they're doing it right all together. It's like you're getting the big like maps for free, but then like if you want these cool little cards and customization things, then you could buy them. Like I think they're doing it well, and they're not in a dumb loot box. Like you just buy what you want. Like just why doesn't let's just get away from loot boxes. Just let me buy the small cosmetics that I want to get. Especially if your game's good, I'm gonna be motivated to support you. Like that's the thing with like AC Origins. I'm like, yeah, like this game is really good. You're motivating me to get your little costume pack, your little weapon pack, even though those should be just in the game proper. But I want to support you if your game's good. And Rocket League's just that's a whole giant success story, and they're gonna be continuing that game for years. So like, why not just have it as a platform? But yeah,
Yeah, I'll be very shocked if they ever announce like a Rocket League 2. That's not just a huge change in like mechanics or I don't know, just like a 10-person match or something like that.
yeah, I feel like that would be like doing Minecraft too. It's like, what's the point? You can
Yeah,
just continue to update. Also, I just had this idea because I know this is another EA property, but Mass Effect has always been primarily single player. But I'm just thinking like there's a point of time in Mass Effect 3 during the Reaper War that I feel like could be a really good set backdrop to a games of service Destiny type game because the conflict was so massive, and so having a kind of multiplayer focused game with light story, but mostly it's just you're shooting these enemies and grinding and get better gear. I think that would be really compelling personally, just because there's so many places you could go. There's the broad swath of enemies you could fight. There's a lot there. Obviously, Mass Effect dead for now, but if they were to try something schemy and obviously shove a bunch of loot boxes and microtransactions, that would be a pretty insidious, but also potentially interesting way to do it. I don't know.
We'll see how Anthem goes.
We'll see how Anthem goes. Yeah, Anthem is going to define what BioWare is going forward. Like, if it hits and they somehow don't mess it up, and it's the first example of a unanimously loved games of service game on launch, like, they're going to be on that for a while, probably. They're going to be making Anthem forever. But if it bombs again, I don't think they're going to exist, for one. And BioWare's probably going to split it
Damn.
off. Yeah, I honestly, like, the way that they've been treating studios, it's like they get, all right, if you bomb, like, if you mess this up, it's over. Like, I know it wasn't the main BioWare team, but with it after Andromeda, it's like people associate just BioWare with BioWare. Like, they don't think of the sub-studios. So their name is already tarnished at this point, even though that team hadn't touched Andromeda hardly at all. Especially with
And then
Dragon
look
Age.
at like Visceral.
Yeah, like Visceral. It's like,
Like
all right,
Visceral didn't even put anything out,
Yeah,
and
it's
they patched it down.
this was a mess. Like, this game was a mess before it even launched. So we're gonna fire you all, and you're shutting down the studio. Like, we cost us a ton of money. Get out. And yeah, if Anthem is broken on release or critically panned, like, I'm seriously worrying about BioWare. I mean, they've already not been the studio they used to be for a while, but especially now, I'm trepidatious for their future. I didn't have any other crazy ideas. The Portal thing was probably my most like realistic. Any crazy off the wall ideas for single player games that could be turned into multiplayer games?
I was gonna say Kingdom Hearts.
Okay,
Whoa.
pitch me this. Pitch me this game and when it's coming out.
All right, so this game is gonna. So Hearts is it's pretty What's the word I'm looking for? Pretty
I don't know. What
starts. Like
Polished?
linear.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, like I feel like if it was to turn into like some online MMO type of game, like I think it would be cool. Put like a shit ton of side quests in there, and we got like the heartless and stuff. So you could have like all these big ass heartlesses, and you could do like raids and stuff, I guess, where you gotta like destroy them and stuff. You could team up with people, and other than that, I don't really have that many ideas because I don't play Destiny or anything like Destiny like that. The closest thing to that would be like, I guess, would Battlefront 2 count as one as
Yeah, because it's being
you guys
updated
are
constantly.
talking about?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I mean,
Not quite to the extent, but they have a monetization
Yeah,
model,
so-
and it's being, updated over time. And also,
the
like with
single
Kingdom-
player, not so much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
oh my gosh. But yeah, also with Kingdom Hearts, you have like the access of all those Disney worlds like that you could use.
You have
could
a lot of-
build-
yeah.
There's
that's
actually
true.
this is actually a pretty cool idea. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, take out I think it's Sora in the new one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is yeah. Sora's is like the main character.
Yeah. So take out Sora, and so each player is just playing as like a Disney character.
Or like a Keyblade warrior or something like that.
Or just like a custom made
Yeah.
Keyblade warrior.
I don't know. I guess you could like choose a class or something, I guess. One would be a Keyblade warrior. Another could be like
A defender and like a mage. So you can play as
Yeah.
like Goofy if you wanted to.
You see a bunch of goofies running around. That's my nightmare.
Oh god.
that would be good for the memes.
Yeah, that'd
So-
be pretty good.
It's like every 5 steps you take. Sounds like oh my
As
gosh.
if there aren't already too many Goofy memes out there.
I'm not down. If it was like all like custom characters, I'd be cool with it. And then like you talk to the Disney characters and you interact with them and you fight them as like raid bosses or whatever. I think that'd be pretty cool for like the villains and stuff. But I don't know. I just all I'm thinking about is Goofies running around, and it's terrifying.
I don't know. It banks too much on like you're playing with alongside like Disney characters,
Yeah.
and then playing with alongside other like Sora's. I don't know. It doesn't seem very interesting because like the non-Disney characters in those games are just not very interesting, at least to me.
Watch out, people are
I
gonna
really?
come after you at this point.
Like
I like this
like what about the villains in the game, like Organization 13? I think they're good characters.
I'm a big fan of Organization 14 personally.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I like those guys a
Stop.
lot.
I think there's some interesting characters besides Disney people.
Well, and then Marvel Heroes kind of did that. Like, oh, you just see a bunch of random Spider-Man running around.
Yeah, and I
just
didn't like
different
that either.
variations, different. Okay,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's something that could happen. Just kind of like customize your own Goofy or whatever.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
your
Everyone gets their own
taste.
version of Goofy with different
mean, for
colors.
Yeah.
for the record, I don't think this will ever in a million years happen. But
No
way.
like in theory, I think it would be cool to see some sort of experimentation.
I mean, they got Final
Something
Fantasy 14,
just
and
like
that's doing
Kingdom
really
Hearts,
well. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not entirely out of the realm of possibility. I think honestly, this is more interesting than Final Fantasy 14, even though it's supposed to be good. But just with you could build these giant Disney worlds out to be, instead of these linear areas, you could build them out like having a giant, massive, MMO Tron area. Like that would be awesome.
oh yeah.
But the Goofies, man, I just keep
Oh,
coming
so
back to the Goofies.
We're looking at it as like a MMO now.
I mean that's
Yeah.
what I was thinking, like MMO.
Okay, yeah. I
They
can see that.
they're adding content all the time. So yeah, I mean like
New Goofy outfits.
because there's so many different worlds and stuff. So
Yeah, if they just keep like if they continue like putting out new worlds
Hmm.
until we get
Yeah.
like pretty much
And
every
you
Disney world.
yeah, and you could go in those worlds and you could like explore them and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe like when you first start, you have to choose one world that you want to go to, and then I don't know, like as you play, as you get further into the story, you could get your own Gumi ship, and then you could travel to other places. That'd be pretty cool.
I think you got something here. I
I'm
really
down.
do.
I'm hoping that's what is taking so long for this game to come out. Like they're trying to put as much into it as possible.
Turns out Kingdom Hearts 3 is an MMO. Also, it's out in 2025. Have fun.
Jesus.
We forgot to tell you guys.
Let's get Kingdom Hearts 3 out first this year.
It's
And
not
then
this year. I'm telling
No,
you, it's not.
this year.
I'm gonna be eating a pizza to prove it.
Hey,
But we'll see.
I gotta believe. I believe in Square.
I hope it does. I hope
guess-
for everyone's sake that it comes out this year, but it's not.
Even though Square like publicly announced that Final Fantasy 15, I think it was, they gave it like a release date.
Yep.
And then later they pushed it back.
It was incredible. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Are you kidding?" They put on this giant stage show, and they made a big deal about the date, and then they pushed it back again.
Yeah, that's insane. Wasn't Greg like the
Yeah,
one?
Greg and
he was,
Tim.
like,
Greg and Tim.
Greg and Tim
Yeah,
hosted that show,
they,
and it still got
they
pushed.
They announced that.
The world
That's crazy.
exclusive, even though it got leaked beforehand, and everyone knew by the time it got revealed. But man, I'm just expecting another Final Fantasy 15 situation with this, if not longer. And then after that, you're looking toward Final Fantasy 7 remake. Like that's going to be even longer, especially since they're making it into like 17 episodes or whatever they said, probably like 4. Man, there's Square. Like, come on, guys. I know, making
Just
games.
figure
is
it
hard.
out, Square.
Just figure it out.
Uh,
Get your shit together. That's all I'm saying.
Announced the date like 4 years in advance. Like, what was the point of like that trailer where it was like, Kingdom Hearts 3 now in development?
Yeah,
Like,
let's get everyone hyped up for nothing.
Yeah, it's
Nothing
like,
exists
Toy Story
yet.
trailer.
like let's do
Yeah.
the Fallout 4 method where it's like a couple months before let's announce the game and stuff.
Yeah, so less than a year, and then
Yeah, less than a year. That's like ideal. I mean, but Kingdom Hearts 3 is so huge, they want to like spread the word, I guess you could say, and they want like to hype it up for a while. So I guess it kind of makes sense, but if they did announce Kingdom Hearts 3, like regardless, like people would freak out and like everybody would hear about it who
Oh, yeah.
follows games. So
yeah,
I
no,
don't know.
they could easily do a Fallout 4 situation. Like there are plenty of Kingdom Hearts fans out there waiting and hungry
yes, eagerly waiting.
for many, many, many years, and another one to come. Anyway, all right, we can move on. So Eli, what's your topic?
So my topic is just awards shows in general. I guess we'll get into specifics because tonight, as of the recording, the Grammys happened, and then the Oscars are very soon after. I just want to know like your thoughts, and especially like on the current awards shows going on. Like, what are some of your thoughts on the nominees for the Oscars, at least, because that's the next one that hasn't happened yet.
How about you, Micah?
So
Or,
yeah.
Sorry.
Let's see. Like, so what do I think about like award shows in general, or what?
yeah, what are your thoughts on just award shows in general? Because we have like we have video game awards, which is pretty new, but like that's kind of the official one that we kind of look at now.
Oh,
We got
Yeah.
Oscars, which is for movies, Grammys, which is for music, and then Emmys, which is for TV.
but then there's also like the Golden Globes and shit like that, right? That's for movies also.
There's
Isn't it?
that, but it's like
Not as official.
it's not as official. It's kind of like the lead up to the Oscars, like the predictions of everything.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like they're all just kind of like spectacles. Like, oh, we're gonna say that this person's the best, and we're gonna have people vote. Just kind of just for entertainment. People like lists of their like favorite actors, or favorite directors, or favorite movies, and shit like that. Like people have always been a fan of that. So I feel like with award shows, they're kind of capitalizing on that. Like everyone wants to see their like favorite actor, win this certain award. Or
Would
like
you freak out if Liam Neeson won like Best Actor?
Yeah, I would freak out, like, because I know in a million years that probably wouldn't happen. I mean, like he's kind of like he's past his prime.
He's past Schindler's
Like,
List.
yeah, he's
Yeah, that's
way
true.
past that. That was a long time ago. He's never recapturing that. But I mean, I enjoy him for what he is. Even quirks and all. So that's not everyone's cup of tea.
He has a very
But that
particular
would
set
be,
of skills, at the very least.
yeah. I know people find that like cheesy as all hell, but I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the cheese, as you would say, Noah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess just Game Awards in general, like, or not Game Awards, just one of the award shows in general. They don't appeal to me too much. Like I never really watched any of them except for the Game Awards. That was like the first ever award show I ever watched. I mean, yeah, I'd check up on like Oscars and shit like that. Like I remember with Leonardo DiCaprio, he hadn't won one like ever until like The Revenant.
Yeah, that was a
I
big
think
moment.
yeah, like there that was always a meme, about Leonardo DiCaprio not winning an Oscar. It was like every year, it'd just get worse and worse. And then after he had won his Oscar, like the meme ended. Like no more. I haven't seen any of it ever since then.
Well, let's see. He won.
So
It's like there's no more meme left.
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, there were memes about him winning, but then after that wave came, like there's no more. There's no more to watch, no more to see, no more to enjoy.
Yep,
But,
we won, or he
Mhm.
won. On
So
the
do you care about any of them really, like the winners besides maybe Game Awards, just because we're so into games and everything?
I mean, not too much. I mean, because to me, it's like you enjoy what you enjoy. You don't have to have them your movie win some award to justify it. That's
Mhm.
kind of how I view it. And it seemed like a lot of those movies that win these awards are like super obscure. I'm like, this movie wasn't enjoyable. Like, you kind of have to have a certain mindset to enjoy it. I'm like, no, thank you. I mean, the Grammys kind of interest me mostly because Max told me that Portugal the Man won a Grammy, which I mean that means a lot to me, but that's like just a very certain instance because they're so indie and no one knew about them. Like I'd listened to them for the last 3 years, and like whenever I'd bring them up, people would be like, "Hey, who?" But now everyone knows who they are, even though they weren't known before, just because of that one hit song, and then because of Feel It Steel, they're bringing their other songs on the radio too, which is neat. But I love that they kind of brought some recognition to them in their Grammys, which is pretty great. But yeah, that's about it for me. I mean, I'm not gonna try and say I'm a big fan of award shows because I'm not.
yeah,
I'm,
I love
you know-
award shows.
Yeah, I love it. I'm gonna be real fake right now and then tell you and just bullshit about it. But yeah, I'm not gonna go out and do that. But yeah, I mean, I can see why people like it. I can see the appeal behind award shows. This so and so actor got this award. Oh man, I'm super excited for him. But I mean, I don't know. He got paid a lot of money. Like that's all there was to it. And most of it's talent. But this actor got here because he knew a guy that knew a guy that knew a guy that like maybe made movies. Like that's how all those actors got their jobs. I swear. Like
that's
that's
a lot of chance.
a lot of chance, a lot of luck, and then maybe like half of that is skill. Because there's a lot of shitty actors out there who are like making lots of money for some reason, and it's just because they knew the right people. It's all about knowing the right people. It's just that's all it is. I mean, I'm sure a lot of there is some of it, a portion of it, that is your skill. But yeah, majority of it is like, yeah, you need to know a higher up guy at Hollywood, to get in that sphere.
There was that line in The Disaster Artist, you could have the talent of Marlon Brando, but like if you don't have the connections, like it's not happening for you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And on the topic of the Oscars specifically, I am going to throw something if Blade Runner 2049 doesn't win Best Cinematography, because there's no way that anything could beat that. I could even accept it is nominated for production design, sound mixing, sound editing, and visual effects. But so hopefully it takes home sound mixing and cinematography specifically. I would be happy with all of them because it is deserving of all of them. But specifically cinematography, like Roger Deakins hasn't won a single Oscar, and his movies are all gorgeously shot. Like, he deserves some significant recognition. Like, he gets it. He's pretty famous cinematographer, obviously, but like, he deserves an award at this point. Like, he is the Leo of cinematography. He 100% needs to take this home. I care more about the Oscars than I do the Grammys, just because most, if not all, the music that gets awards at the Grammys I don't care about.
Agreed.
Yeah, just it's the really popular
2018
stuff.
Grammys is a tragedy.
Yeah, I heard DJ Khaled
Tragedy.
hyped himself up on stage. That sounds riveting. But yeah, I care way more about movies. And then I really generally don't care about the shows themselves. Honestly, the Game Awards last year was the only award show I legitimately enjoyed ever, probably. I like when things I like get recognition too, like you were saying, but yeah, generally award shows don't appeal to me. If Jeff Keighley can keep up the streak he had from last year, I'll be just looking forward to that one, if anything. And then just hope to God Blade Runner gets something this year at the Oscars. That's really all I have to say about it.
Still gotta watch that movie.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, I need to watch the original too.
Watch the original. Watch the little shorts that they released, especially the anime one, and then just let your eyes be soaked in Roger Deakins's just amazing talent for cinema. It's incredible. And Denis Villeneuve is just slowly becoming not slowly, but very quickly becoming one of my favorite directors working. How about you, Matt? Do you really care about awards shows at all?
Oh yeah, man! I just can't get enough of them. Nah.
Eats them all
Well,
up.
honestly, could not care less about like the majority of them. Like, I've never watched the Oscars, never seen the Grammys. I've never seen, like, the only award shows I watched ever were the VMAs. And the only reason I watched that is because Taylor Swift is going to be there. She's going to perform a song.
Girl.
And so I watched that one, and I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of enjoy it.
There you go.
It was pretty entertaining, and they had like some musical acts, and especially the Taylor Swift part was like really good.
As long as that's Taylor Swift, he's on board.
Yeah, so I watched that for I think I only watched it like once, like for 1 year, and then the next year I was gonna watch it, but then I don't know, I wasn't in the mood or something like that. So
Taylor Swift wasn't going to be there, so you're like, nah.
I'm like, peace. And then the Game Awards, the one from last year, I really enjoyed. And that was like the only one that I watched, only because I don't know, I heard about it a lot, and you guys were all like watching it, so I'm like, well, I want to be informed, and I'm really glad I watched that one because there were so many like funny moments.
Oh yeah,
like,
fuck the Oscars.
Yes,
exactly. Shout out to my boy Joseph Fares, director of Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons and A Way Out. Yeah, that was hilarious.
He's just like trying to get the microphone. He's like, okay, we need a movie. He's like, no, this is my moment.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
But yeah, I think there's also just way too many award shows. Like, people keep saying like, hey, are you gonna watch this and that? I'm like, what? I've never even heard of this and that. Like, how many of these things can there possibly exist? Like, at some point we have to say like, all right, that's
enough.
Yeah. So award shows don't really care too much, but I'm probably gonna watch Game Awards next year though, because be pretty good probably.
I want to do a live react stream this year.
Oh, that would
be cool.
That would be a great idea.
Because I know I'm gonna like get off work, like get work off in advance, just devote the whole night to it. Yeah, just because, man, I'm so mad I didn't get my Soul Calibur 6 reaction on any kind of audio, because I flipped the fuck out, and it would have been good. It would have been good content, but yeah, especially for the E3 streams as well. If we can get at least at the very least stream the Sony one, because we're PlayStation guys. But you know, I'd like to do a lot of stuff during E3 this year, but we can talk about that later, obviously.
We should really enter the podcast awards on podcastawards.com.
Is that a thing?
That's a thing. Yeah,
Can we enter ourselves?
This is exactly what I'm talking
yeah. I think
Yeah.
you can enter yourselves and just see what happens.
There's so many podcasts though. That's like it's
There
But
is.
how
I
many of
don't
them
think
enter?
Well, they have several categories like TV and film,
Fitness.
technology ones, sports, society, culture,
car talk.
uh,
Just like a whole category
yeah.
just for car talk.
medicine category, religion and
Medicine?
spirituality, free talk, live politics and news
man.
category,
Spiritual.
Coverville, pod safe music category. It's getting super specific. Mature category.
What?
The one that won is Between Us Girls.
That's my favorite
I'm-
category personally.
I'm curious what that's like. Is it
I mean,
just like
literally
audio
between
porn?
two girls, like
Yeah.
whatever happens in between. Yeah, that's the good stuff. 2 hours
Oh,
The
long.
friction.
Yeah, so
Now
much,
there's
so much
There's
friction.
an LGBTQ category, kids and family, health. I mean, that sounds about the same as medicine, but what do I know?
No, they're separate.
Government and organizations. Isn't that pretty much just fucking politics? Games and
you would think.
hobbies. I don't see any names I recognize on here.
Dude,
like-
podcasts are crazy. There's too many.
Like, there's one that's
We're not helping
the guy
either.
that won is Trivial Warfare. Like, I've never heard of that. Have you
It
guys?
sounds.
No.
No, I don't.
There's a
Nope.
there's a
I don't even wanna
Pokemon
listen.
Go podcast that was.
Of course there is.
What?
Hosted by
Like,
Andrew
I don't know
Goldfarb.
how you can have a podcast on it, but I guess you can. Like, I guess there's enough
Hey,
content to talk
today I
about.
caught a Jigglypuff. What did you catch?
I mean, basically,
Yeah, exactly.
that's all you really
That's
need.
all-
It's like,
That's all there is to it.
so I was playing Pokemon Go and this kid got hit by a bus. It was pretty crazy. Anyway, here's our sponsor, Blue Apron.
And then I remember I think the comedy button got on it one year, but
As they
win.
should.
Yeah, and that was obviously for the comedy category, and like I don't see anyone recognizable for like the IGN family of podcasts.
Not
like,
even Joe
no,
Rogan?
No, nothing. I don't see him anywhere in here.
Seriously? I thought he was like one of the top.
Yeah, like
Maybe
he has
at
like
one time.
he has like
Yeah.
1,000 episodes of his podcast. Like, how is he not on here?
I thought you just like meant like concurrent listeners, but maybe he's not as maybe he's declined.
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
I listened
But-
to the Tom Segura, Joey Diaz, Joe Rogan episode. Fantastic, so fucking good, hilarious.
Oh man, my favorite episode is the one with Alex Jones, just because he just goes
9/11?
fucking off.
The
Crazy,
9/11 one,
yeah.
yeah.
And then like Joe Rogan the whole time is just challenging all of his thoughts, as he should, and just calling them out as
As everyone should.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, oh, where's the evidence of it? And then he like somehow gets around it, and goes off into some other side tangent.
The
Oh, man.
reptilians.
Yeah.
They're gonna take our water supply.
I love like how halfway through he like takes his headphones off because he's getting too
Yeah,
into it, and his face is all hot.
Hillary Clinton is the devil.
One day we need like an Alex Jones figure on here, like not him
Can we
specifically.
get Can we get Alex Jones? Is that a thing that can happen? It's like, listen,
I mean,
just talk.
No way.
Yeah, convert us to your whatever your state of mind is. Give us some evidence. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna DM
'Cause
him. I'm gonna try to get his
that would be
reach out to his people.
Yeah, at least put a tweet out to him or something.
Or some
so other
impressionable
people will see
youths
it.
that need to be woke.
Oh, that would be so interesting. Like, I don't know what the first thing we would talk about with him.
Here's our.
Right.
We got a very interesting guest, Mr. Alex Jones. All right, let me tell you something. I don't know why he's. I don't know.
That's how he talks.
He
Yeah.
gets right in.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Let me tell you something, brother. Oh, by the way, go get Heel Kick. That's available.
Yeah,
now.
it's pretty much everywhere
I
now.
need to go see it. I need to watch it again. Yeah, stellar.
Is that on Netflix yet?
I don't think so, but it's
Not
pretty much
Netflix.
every service you can imagine at this point.
Oh, okay.
I believe,
Like
especially iTunes.
Amazon.
Amazon, yeah.
Okay. Dang, I'll definitely have to buy that movie and
Oh,
support
yeah.
them.
Support Mr. Danny Mac and all related.
hmm Gotta love that mockumentary style. It's one of my favorites.
Especially when you forget that it's a mockumentary halfway through.
Uh-huh.
Like I did. I was like, wait a second. These aren't real people at all.
It wasn't until like after he came out on stage and was like, "Yeah, I was the main guy." Blah blah blah. I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh wait, yeah, wasn't real."
This wasn't real.
Like,
It's like I was so invested.
It took me a while to figure out that like that was the guy. I was like, fuck, that guy looks totally different.
It didn't look like him at all.
No.
Anyway,
Let's
heel kick.
make up and whatnot. But yeah, they need to make a podcast awards that's kind of reputable. You know what I'm saying? Some organization needs to come up and be like, okay, this is what it is.
We can start
Yeah,
it. Can we do that? Start our own podcast award. It's like, all right, listen, everybody. You can't submit yourself. You have to vote on nominees, so it's not
They
a
have
clusterfuck.
the streamies. Do they not do podcasts there?
I'm not sure. I think isn't that more dedicated to just like random like videos, like video content rather than podcasting?
I honestly don't know because that's like where I draw the line. Really,
Yeah. Oh yeah, we didn't even
Right.
talk about the streamies at
do
all.
not care.
Yeah, it's
absolutely do not.
None of these people I care about. I give two shits about, whatsoever. Except for like, I mean, Sugar Pine 7 was like the only somewhat interesting nominee last year, and I only really like their short films. Yeah, don't. So we're generally not very high on award shows as a consensus.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, because the Grammys were tonight, and just I really don't care about the Grammys, but this year especially the sweep that Bruno Mars had just really upset me, and the Grammys are dead to me.
The Grammys are. I'm gonna watch the DJ Khaled clip, just because I find him to be fascinating. Can we get him on the podcast? I would love to get him on the podcast.
We're shooting a little high. I
We're
feel
shooting
like
a little
for
high,
DJ
but like,
Khaled,
yeah, just like punch high. So it's
Yeah,
gotta
okay.
land eventually.
Someone will see that message and be like, let me ask Mr. Khaled
Mr.
himself.
Khaled, see how he's doing on a Sunday afternoon. If I had to choose between Alex Jones and DJ Khaled, I would absolutely choose Alex Jones
Oh, for sure.
for sure, because he'd just be like, "What? I'm DJ Khaled," and he'd say his name like 5 times. Like his performances, like he just stands in the back, kind of waves his hand a little bit and says his name. Like this guy's
Another
a
one.
multimillionaire. Another one. Okay, just what a guy. What a guy he is. All right. Any final thoughts on award shows? We're not fans.
Just the fact that we always get one clip from some awards show that is like
When something goes
that
wrong.
we talk about for months. Yeah, something goes wrong or just someone goes off the rails that they shouldn't have given this person time to speak. Had that with Tommy at the Golden Globes, and I would have loved that, but
Oh yeah.
I think that would have hurt a lot of his reputation if they let him go on for as long as he wanted to.
Well, he just wanted to say, if a lot of
Just-
people love each other, the world would be a better place to live. That's what he claims that he all wanted to say, but he would go off.
Yeah, he would say something else, or just saying that one thing would take him 5 minutes.
If a lot of people a lot of people love each other. Well, yeah. I wish Franco just like, you know what, this is probably going to ruin my career completely, but I'm just going to let it see what happens just for the
It
sake
was
of the
ruined
internet.
shortly after, so
Yeah.
Oh shit.
What happened?
the whole
Oh no, he was just saying,
sexual
oh shit.
harassment.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Totally
Yeah.
totally forgot about that somehow. That sucks. I'm gonna have to read it more into that before I give an opinion. I just don't want to say anything unsubstantiated. All right, we could probably move on now.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Micah, what is your topic?
Okay, my topic is kind of fun. So I want you guys to pitch me what the Gridlife Digest movie would be like. What's your list of actors? Just like a basic storyline of what you would want that to be. And so I went through and pre-picked all of the actors I want to play as. So I'm gonna go through them right now.
Okay, so
I
like,
mean-
do you want us to like stop you if we have a better choice? And then
Yeah.
agree.
That's
Okay.
a good idea.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
I just know who I want to play Max.
Okay, yeah, because some of these are kind of difficult. I'm like, I fucking don't know. So
Yeah.
I hope you guys can help me out. And don't get too mad at me if you get offended by my choices. I mean, there's probably some hot takes in there. I don't know, but it's the best I could do. But for me, for Micah Binfit, I don't want the guy from Shameless to play me. The Jeremy
Goku
Allen
from
White
Jo-
lip.
oh,
No, not Goku.
not Goku. Okay, that's the. I just
No.
yeah, I just watched the first
Goku.
episode. Yeah, the
No.
guy who played Goku in Dragon Ball Evolution is also Shameless.
Oh really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you did your
But
homework, you would know.
Oh
I-
yeah, actually, I did hear.
Yeah, I watched it. I just didn't realize it was the same guy.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
but
don't,
said
and then-
Lip?
that's interesting.
Yeah, Lip.
I need. What does he look like now? I need to see what he looks like now.
That's true. He might be a little different because I'm going based off of what he looks like in the first episode.
Yeah, that was like 7 years ago.
Years ago,
yeah, that was a long time ago.
Actually, I could maybe see it
Like,
now.
I
Maybe.
can kind of see it. You know what I'm saying? Like he kind of has a weird fucking hair and like the weird looking eyes too.
Give him a little bit of facial hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
he says some weird things, and he ends up in weird situations. I mean, I end up in weird situations too, but not to that extreme, of course, because I'm not living a TV show. But I can kind of relate to him on some point, and I kind of like him to play me.
I definitely see it with the hair.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like my hair it's too thick and it just fucking does what it wants. So
I could see him on a
definitely
roof,
see it.
roofing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of okay with this. You know, I'm gonna cast my vote for this individual. I don't even know his
Okay.
name yet.
Jeremy Allen White.
Yes.
Did you guys? What did you guys pick for me?
I'm gonna go with
Oh.
that because I was struggling on you, to be honest.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I mean,
So
some girl I had talked to, she also said that I looked like him, kind of. So I was like, I'll go with it.
Enough for
Yeah,
an
enough.
adaptation biopic.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I agree with you. Like he's probably the best pick, but before like thinking about him, I picked another Jeremy.
Okay.
Jeremy Shada.
Jeremy.
Shada.
Shada? I know it's Shada. but-
Shada. Okay.
Shada.
He's the voice of Finn on Adventure Time.
I don't see it.
Oh.
I don't see it.
I
Personally.
mean, not
I mean,
the voice. I don't know. I was just like, who's like a young looking guy.
huh.
yeah,
I
who's
think-
a young
I can
individual?
kind of see it, but like, oh, he's better looking than me. Like, I don't see it. But
No, yeah, your pick is definitely better than mine.
like, you know, Jeremy Allen White. Like, I don't know. He's kind of good looking, but not really. Like that's kind of how I look at myself. Like, it's at certain angles, it's okay.
Angles, certain
Yeah.
times of day, yeah.
Exactly. Depending on the time of day, we both look okay. But anyways, moving on for me, for Emma. I don't know. This one's kind of weird.
Oh no.
Peyton List from like Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
no.
remember her-
no, no,
that
no,
chick?
no, no, not down.
Yeah.
Not down.
Well,
whatsoever.
tell me what you guys have.
I don't know.
I mean, she does have the blonde hair.
That's
I could
about
see
it.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
That was
about
about
it.
it.
I looked up
Yeah.
a totally different Peyton list, which is weird that there's two people with the exact same name.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking at it, I was like, okay, this woman's 31 years old. How is she going to play Emma?
Not down.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying it's hard finding younger actresses or younger actors.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I don't
Well,
know.
to tell me what's better then. Just tell me.
Wait, I might have something. What's her name?
I didn't.
What's her
I'm
name?
going to go
I'll say
with
Taylor Swift.
No, not
No.
Taylor Swift.
No, let's-
They're
no.
both blonde, so they got that going.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
about it.
What about? What about? What?
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 Say it.
A hot take, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So for me, like the only like thing that pops into my head is like blonde-haired girls, and so like I just picked like the first young blonde I could think of, So I'm gonna go with Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Hold on, I need to pull up a picture.
Never heard
Let's
of her. I'm
Uh,
gonna say.
I mean, she's blonde.
She's blonde. Like,
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
about all we're
she's
getting. It's just
she's
they're blonde.
she's blonde and young. So
Oh, from Girl Meets
there you
World.
go. Yeah, and she's a
Uh,
singer.
Is Emma a singer?
Not really.
Okay.
All right,
None of these
well,
pics are speaking to me. Like,
I mean, I don't know too much about Emma. I feel like.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm just saying. All I thought of was
She's kind of a hard one.
young. So
we could probably come. Well, let's
Pro-
come back to
probably-
her. Let's come back to her.
probably
I
not.
have a good one. I feel like
Margot
she's not
Robbie.
super young. Yeah, Margot Robbie. Honestly,
Too hot.
yeah.
Yeah, but everyone's gonna be hotter than what they actually look like.
That's true. That's how actors work.
Oh,
Yeah, I
man.
don't look like an actor.
This is a good ass topic.
I know. That's why I like picking stuff like
Yeah.
this. It's fun to talk it over.
So, all right, for Emma, I got Olivia Cook, who, if you've seen Bates Motel, she's like the girl with like the oxygen tank.
I could.
Just imagine her like blonde, I guess.
Yeah, we
I can
we
kinda
have the
see that.
technology. We can make that happen. We can make anyone blonde.
Yeah.
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 There's hair dye. Like that's something I should have thought over in my head. Like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, I
we
could just
can
pick out like
change
some
anybody.
brunette and
Yeah,
dye her
they'll-
hair.
We're paying them enough money to dye their hair, at least.
She has like a similar body, I think. I don't know. I mean, I sort of see it.
I'm sticking with Margot Robbie just because we're gonna have a really
Okay.
expensive cast.
Might as well like go big or go
Let's
home.
go big.
Yeah,
like
is Mark
Bioshock.
Wahlberg in?
No.
Who's Mark Wahlberg playing? Let's get that out of the way right now.
Who's Mark
I
Wahlberg
don't.
playing?
No.
Nah,
I can't think of anyone.
No. Let's not have
None
them
of
in this picture, unfortunately.
we'll get back to it.
Yeah.
Okay. So do we want to move on to the next one?
Yes.
So for Eli, I picked Ezra Miller. I know it sounds weird at
Really?
first, but
I kind of like that.
I kind of
but
do too.
I don't know. It's not as hard as Emma, but it's not as easy as yours.
Mhm.
I need some convincing.
Well, it's just I don't know. I can it's similar face kind of, you know, like they're both like slightly Asian. And
I can see that.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're speaking
That's
truth.
Probably the same, around the same like percentage.
Yeah, because you can tell he's not 100% Asian. Neither are you, Eli. And then like,
If he wasn't
I don't know, I just don't want-
so pasty.
mhm. I mean, yeah, just darken his skin a bit.
We don't do
Yeah,
that
put him in a
anymore.
tiny bit of blackface.
We don't do it.
Yeah.
Let's no.
No, but that's
Blackface.
that's a little too much. But I really like
see what
Ezra
you're getting
Miller.
at, though. Like, I totally get it.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
feel it. I feel like we have similar like dispositions.
Yeah, and like I feel like you both kind of have like an odd, quirky personality. At least
I
you know
like it.
compared to like what I've seen from Flash.
I
But
wouldn't say odd.
And I'd love to play the
but-
Flash too.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
And-
Hmm.
do
I
you
don't-
guys have any other
I
choices?
wish I thought about this like for all week long. So like put up
Mhm.
some choices. Like I don't have any better ones.
Yeah.
Don't.
So I have a good one for myself. As like, I don't know how that sounds, but let me just get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Flash show, the TV show on CW? Keenan Lonsdale, who plays Wally West. I feel like we side by side, we could probably be like brothers or cousins or something.
Yeah. No, I totally. That's a really good resemblance. Honestly,
Yeah, I can kind of see that too.
put him in the hat. That you like.
Let me look this guy up.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
spelled very strangely. There's a Y
Like,
in there.
lawn milk.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know
I can-
his
okay,
acting ability, but just for
Either I
appearance
s-
alone, I'm gonna go with this guy.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. In my head, I still like Ezra Miller more. I see more of
He's
a
probably a
likeness.
better actor.
Hey, I'm glad. Yeah, actual like big movie star. Go for it.
Hell yeah.
The guy who is the Flash is playing me. Like, what an honor.
uh, Hell yeah.
Like some of these pictures, like spot on though. I'm telling you.
There's something off there. It's not quite Eli.
There's gonna be something off, regardless.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Hmm.
All right.
So,
All right.
can we move on?
Sure. Is someone compiling these in a
Okay.
list as a final list, or should I do that?
I mean, I have my Google Docs
Okay,
open,
cool.
but I don't want to start typing on my really loud mechanical keyboard, so I'm not going to start doing that.
Okay.
So for
Good
Noah,
old classical notepad.
I have
Oh God.
this actor. I've never seen him
Oh, God.
act in anything, but he looks sort of like you. It's
No.
Emery Cohen.
Cohen.
So
Every.
Emory.
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 MRY.
Not.
Oh wow, yeah.
Like I can kind of see
Slowing.
it.
Yeah, if you yeah, well, he's like chunkier in some of the photos, but then he
Well,
like
in the skinnier
drop
one.
away. Yeah, I can
But-
see this. Honestly.
Like the hair,
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
The only problem is
Give him
he's
glasses.
not tall.
Give him glasses. Yeah, that's one of like
Give
one
them
of my
like
only
platform shoes.
one of my only noticeable features. So you gotta kind of do
Mhm.
that. Yeah. All right. I could. I don't. Yeah. Like I said, I can't comment on his acting ability, but I'm sure he can play awkward and little.
Like I'm sure a lot of people can play awkward.
Yeah. I'm down.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you guys pick any?
The more I look at him, the more I'm like, yeah. When Noah has like long hair, that it looks exactly like him.
Yeah.
Just give him
Like look at the
glasses.
hairline. I could totally see it easily.
I
So I
think
kind of
it's
just
an issue.
like, I couldn't pick like a perfect person, so I just was like, who do I want to see tackle Noah? So I picked not like physically, but
Yeah. Who can tackle me? Not many.
Not
I can
many.
I can tackle people.
I believe it.
so I picked Rupert Grint of Harry Potter fame. He plays Ron Weasley.
No, I thought you were gonna say fucking what's his name?
Voldemort?
No, not
They're all-
Voldemort. I wish. God, I wish. He's an amazing actor. What's his like the guy who kills the snake at the end? That is awkward the whole time.
Oh, Neville.
Neville. Yeah, I thought you were gonna say Neville,
Mhm.
which I got.
I don't-
I thought about that.
I don't.
I was
see
trying to
Rupert
give him.
personally.
Yeah, I don't really. It wasn't like great pick, but I was like,
Yeah.
He's kind
I
of a
want to see
dork.
him in more anyway.
I haven't seen him in anything but Harry Potter, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
let's just give him work.
Yeah, give him. I do have quite a bit of red hair if you dig enough.
It's in there somewhere.
It's in there. You don't have to look very very hard.
Sweet.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the first one though for my vote.
Yeah, I
yeah.
agree.
It's pretty spot
much
on.
nailed it.
Yeah, Micah is killing it so far.
Like, yeah, you should. Yeah, if you have any inclination of being a casting director, you
Dang.
might want to look into it.
So much I should look into. Okay. My next ones are probably aren't so great because I just kind of gave up. I'm like, fuck, Max and Matus are really hard. Like, there's
Max
not...
is so easy though.
Really?
It's so
Okay.
obvious, dude.
Okay, well, I probably
Really?
didn't
Yeah.
pick the right one at all. So I picked the dude who played Percy Jackson for some reason. Logan Lerman.
I was totally
No.
about to pick him.
Really?
Yes,
Okay, like for some reason I could kind of see it. Like for some reason.
me too. That's like the first person I thought of.
Huh.
But I was like-
Okay.
No, there has to be someone better. But he really was the first person I thought of.
Yeah.
What about that soccer player that looks like Max?
Is he an actor though?
You mean Max Meyer, the soccer player?
It's the exact same
Yeah.
fucking name.
Oh, sure, why not?
So who did you pick, Noah?
I just see a little bit of Adam Driver in him.
Adam Driver.
Oh, the guy from Kylo Ren.
Yeah, but not with long hair
Guy
though.
from what's that movie?
Oh, you're right.
And
Oh,
like-
that's why he looks so familiar.
And like when he gets like riled up, like I could totally.
Oh,
see,
yeah.
I could totally see it.
Yeah, I could totally see that too.
Okay. Yeah, I like the Adam Driver idea better.
He's gonna have to mess
Easily.
with his voice a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
I just
Yeah.
like I just see it for some reason.
But he's way too buff.
Well, yeah, no, he's gonna have
Yeah,
to.
Adam
He's gonna have
Driver's
to
a
go from
large
like
man.
this to like way smaller. So he's gonna have to change his body a little bit for this role. But I think for the role of Max Meyer, like it'll be worth it. He'll come right off the fresh of episode 9 and be like, all right, I'm gonna play this guy.
I'm gonna play Max
I'm tired
Meyer.
Gotta
of
shrink.
giant blockbusters. I'm going to play Max
Boom.
Meyer.
Yeah. God, he's so wide. Bless him.
Mm-hmm. So, do we have any other picks for Max?
Come on, you know this part, Rich.
Again, I kind of was struggling a little bit, so I picked the guy who plays Malfoy.
No. I see where you're getting at. I see it. But
Mhm.
he's
Sort
not
of.
Adam Driver.
No, yeah, I mean, Adam Driver's a great pick. We're just gonna have to stretch the truth a little bit. Like,
Oh yeah, no. As it
Just
happens
a
all the
little
time.
bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so my next pick. So I'm gonna add some like little tweaks here, you know. So mine would be for Matt. Like, don't get too mad at me, Matt. So I want to pick Jonah Hill, but like when he was younger, and then make him
No.
make him run and make him skinnier.
No,
I thi-
don't see that at
But
all.
I don't know. I
don't
sort of
that
see it mostly
at
because
all.
like Matus, you had that beard for a second.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, this guy looks like like Jonah Hill.
No, I don't know. I'm not
Jonah
down. I'm
Hill.
not down.
Huh. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, and you're both of you are like funny assholes. So, you know, it's a really.
Jonah Hill seems nice.
Yeah, I thought Jonah Hill.
Well, I've just imagined because like you remind me a lot of Jonah Hill from Superbad for some reason. Like, yeah, for
Interesting.
some odd reason. Like you just have that sarcastic like attitudes.
I am pretty
But-
sarcastic. What can I say?
But
Yeah.
like even when he was like in peak shape, like he still didn't look right. Like his
This
head
is still
just,
looking weird.
it's just not. It's not there. But then
I don't know.
can't argue it because I don't have another pick.
Oh,
See,
man.
like Matus, you're a hard one. I don't know why.
I kind of see myself as like a Johnny Depp, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, spot on. There.
Okay,
Leo.
mine was a little more. Mine was better.
Can we get Leo for this one?
Yeah, I was thinking more of like a DiCaprio type. I don't know.
I'd put DiCaprio.
I mean,
right on the
I'll take that as well.
It'd be such a
Titanic.
stark age difference from everybody else. Like, yeah, he's just like 20 years
Oh, man.
older than everybody else.
I feel
Exactly.
like John Boyega could do me pretty good too.
Ooh,
That'd be interesting.
I mean, yeah.
he's a pretty good actor.
I see it more than Jonah Hill. Honestly,
really?
Yeah. In disposition.
Like what besides the obvious? You know, like what would make him?
I just feel it. It's in my
I think
heart.
maybe Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. Liam Neeson.
Okay, shut the hell up. Like, not working out. So,
Okay, but real pick, I gotta pick the kid from 2.5 Men, but when he's older,
Man.
what's that dude's name? know?
Angus T. Jones.
What? Angus T. Jones.
Like when he's
Oh, okay.
Does he have?
Yeah, I kind of see it. I kind of see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna have.
I
to-
could see that.
Still gonna shed.
I like that. I like
Cut
that
the
pick.
beard.
Yeah.
I can see that.
he'll have to get some.
I mean, I could grow the beard out again.
He's not acting anymore, though.
No, rip.
Yeah.
We'll bring him out of
Well,
retirement.
dead.
what-
He had
once
a
we
religious
give him-
calling.
Once we give him a big bag of money, he
Yeah.
won't be able to resist.
Bag of money.
How many platinum trophies do you have, sir?
Exactly.
Platinum what's?
Yeah.
Oh god.
He just takes.
Yeah, I love
big ol'
that pick.
Yeah.
Do you have all these written down, Eli?
Yeah,
On notepad.
Okay.
Okay, sweet.
I don't have any better ones, so I have
okay,
a.
we're
I have
going
a
with that.
director's pick. If we're moving
What's the
on.
director's pick?
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith. Okay, yeah.
all right.
I definitely see that working. It's because he's like the king of
But
podcasting.
like peak Kevin Smith.
Mm.
Like Clerks.
Yeah, not Yoga Hosers and Tusk. Kevin Smith.
Oh yeah, because those movies aren't that great. I'd be
But
totally
just,
down
like,
with that. He'd do a
just,
good
like,
job.
standing around bullshitting and talking about stupid shit. Like who's better at that?
No
So
one
do we want
else.
like a Clerks type movie or like a Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back type movie?
I was thinking like a Clerks type movie personally.
Yeah, Clerks type movie.
All right.
But
But
we could he
yeah.
could experiment. He could do something new maybe.
so I'm gonna like pitch you my story. I mean, I don't know. For some reason, I make myself the main character. I mean,
We got a protagonist
you know, it comes
complex
off
over
of-
here.
yeah. I mean,
For
it's kind of
some
an
reason.
Why not?
asshole thing to do, but like,
I mean,
I don't
it's
know.
your pitch, so
Are
Yeah,
there
it
any
makes
drug
sense in
dealing
my head.
12-year-olds in this script?
I'll have
We're
to add
lucky.
in some.
Yeah, that would be a good scene to have.
But I guess it would be just loosely based on, like, well, what happened, how this all became a thing, you know?
yeah.
Like,
Over
it would
text.
just. I mean, there'd be more to it than that. We go to each person's side of the story.
Ooh,
But, like,
I like that.
I don't want to start when, like, I met Matus online. Like, that's where it all started.
Yeah,
and
that'd be
then-
cool.
And then we go from that to Emma, and then like fast forward a couple years later, like
To when Micah made that like infamous kind of funny post. Hey, any kind of funny best friends want to make like a group chat? And that's
yeah.
that would be pretty
Well,
good.
then we're gonna have to cast like the kind of funny guys too. Like, who would we?
What do you mean for like
Talking about like the
Greg
like
Miller or
Greg
whatnot?
and all
Miller
them,
and all
or
of them.
just Greg Miller is Greg Miller?
Greg Miller. Yeah. I guess.
yeah,
They can play themselves
yeah, they can easily play themselves.
for like the little role that they'll.
they probably
Yeah, very,
would,
very
honestly.
small role, especially if it's
Yeah.
Kevin
They're-
Smith.
Yeah.
I could easily see that happening. Yeah,
See,
them playing themselves.
we just need to do something crazy during prom. That's
Oh,
worthy
yeah,
about
yeah.
making a movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
Instead
yes.
of being like a biopic, like have it be just like a slice, like an actual event that happens. Like some crazy shit happens. We talk about stupid shit
Some
happens.
stupid thing
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
We go on some adventure with like Snowbike Mike.
Yeah. Oh, Snowbike
yeah,
Mike.
but,
We need to get Snowbike Mike in this picture.
yeah, we do.
Kidding me?
Oh man.
Dude, it's
Who can-
hilarious.
I
Who
don't
can
know.
represent that voice?
Rain in the bay, snow in the hoe.
Jeez, that's one I'd have to think on. I have no idea,
Oh man.
but I'm sure there's a
Like-
good one out there.
Maybe Kevin Smith himself.
Oh no, Kevin Smith
It's
himself
so
is
much.
absolutely gonna be because like, no, he's gonna play himself because like
yeah, he'll be like
he was
the-
so
I don't know.
inspiring to myself at the very least. So I'll cite
Mhm.
him,
Yeah,
but that'd be kind of weird.
he'd be like narrating it or something.
No, we'd have
Oh
Ron
my
Howard.
god. I'm in-
Snowbike Mike
I'm-
narrating.
Snow Snowbike Mike
I'm in
narrating.
love with his voice. He has to narrate our movie.
Snowbike Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
He has such a great voice.
What's going on? Like, yeah, like it's so good.
Yeah.
Might as well.
This is
I
this
need
is a
to.
good
I
idea.
need to. I need to think about this more. It's like there's a story there. I don't want to do the biopic idea though. I just kind of
Mhm.
want to write up some bullshit story that happens that just happens to star us.
For me, I would want to do the biopic.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like
Or at
for,
least-
like for my story, I think that'd be cool, you know?
Yeah, because there is a lot to tell there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I feel like it would be kind of interesting to put that like, you know, how we like started this podcast, you know, how like we eventually went on to improve it and implementing new ideas and stuff. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Well, and just
We
the fact that we
surpassed
did this.
PewDiePie in views.
Oh
So-
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
We got T Swift
But
on
that-
here. Alex
that-
Jones
oh,
blew it
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a bunch of really like hateful conservative viewers. Like it got weird for a
Mhm.
few years. Couldn't shake them off for
Yeah.
some reason. Yeah.
But
One of
you know,
us broke off.
greatness
Yeah. One of us
from
broke off and
beginnings.
formed a way more successful Patreon. Yeah.
Who would that be?
I feel like.
Oh man.
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, Eli,
feel like
you
it would
want to
be
do
me.
like documentary type stuff. I feel like it would probably be you, if anything.
I'd
But-
still stick around.
Okay, because you can use this
Huh.
as a platform to do that stuff, I guess.
Oh yeah.
So basically,
I
somebody,
don't know.
who would make a kind of immature tweet and then leave?
I feel like it would be me.
You think
It
so?
would yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm the one who like least cares about what I say. I feel like
guess.
I'd say some asshole
I
shit
care
thing.
way too much. Yeah.
Or it could come out of nowhere and be like Max or something, like
Yeah.
just started Twitter and out of
that's
nowhere
real.
like says something
Yeah,
super
I
super
could see
fucked
Max
up.
doing that too.
awful.
Like I hate all minorities. Fuck you.
Is this how Twitter works?
Yeah.
Jesus
I'm moving
Christ.
back
Just the
to
inner
Germany.
Nazi comes out.
I'm moving back to Germany. Germany. We love you, Max. You're not a Nazi.
No, we're not. Far from it. Loving man.
Or Emma. Like Emma just goes off and becomes like a super successful game developer. I can see that happening.
That too, yeah. She's eventually gonna leave us in the dust.
Yeah, like she's going
about it.
places. By the way, I just wanted to give her a quick shout out because like she's busting her ass right now, like in school. If you're listening to this right now, go on Twitter, send her some love. She's really stressing out right now. She needs all the support she can get right now. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Just know that. We care about
Yeah,
you.
you're just at the beginning. It's gonna
Yeah,
take a while.
Stick through it. Of course, what do I know? Dropped out of college twice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Everyone
Stick
has
with
some
it.
kind of advice, but if we're gonna do the biopic thing, I don't know if I want Kevin Smith after all.
I don't know if he really
'Cause,
fits
like,
in
he's
there.
very good at situational comedy.
Uh-huh.
So who I had picked for a director,
Mm-hmm.
the one and only. Once I say it, you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, there's no one else." Tommy Wiseau.
Oh
my
my
God.
god, yes. I am on board.
I feel like it was so obvious that I didn't think of it.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's same
of
here.
course.
Writer,
What?
director, he could star in it
He can start
as much as he
can,
wants.
Can he play me?
Somehow.
Can he please play me? Is that a thing that can happen?
I'm down, yeah.
Okay.
I don't see it.
No, I'm grasping.
I mean, yeah, he is like 60 years old or 50 years old.
Or 23.
Or 23, yeah.
I mean, with the power of like Microsoft Paint or whatever, we can make him.
Microsoft Paint.
R.I.P.
That's his secret to de-aging. He's like, yeah, I just go into Microsoft Paint and like Clippy helps me out. He's like, hey man.
So Tommy, you know how to edit, right? Yeah, I have Microsoft Paint.
I mean, if you're good enough, you could make something
Like,
insane with that.
who wants to tell him that it got discontinued? I couldn't bring myself to do it. Like, don't
Oh wait,
uninstall it, Tommy.
serious?
Yeah,
Oh,
you can't get it
shit.
anymore.
Well,
Yeah,
never mind.
RIP. Well, no, he might
That's
still
so-
have it on his Windows XP
Oh, okay.
computer from 2003.
Gotcha.
And for me, I'd like to include some like characters from like my real life,
Yeah.
So I obviously have to include Rob for some reason.
Oh yeah. No, he'd
you know,
be
the guy I
star.
work with,
He'd be the
and
yeah.
the guy who I'd have play him is Hugh Laurie, the guy from House.
House. Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't
easily,
met the
like,
guy, but I can imagine that working out just with the shit he
Mhm.
says.
Oh yeah.
Well, because he said he actually dressed up as him one year for Halloween because so many people said they looked like Hugh Laurie.
Well, there you go. There you go.
So I don't know. He'd throw out a lot of wisdom. I feel like, and like he kind of in the long run, I feel like he'd inspire me to do great things in Gridlife Digest.
Oh man.
Even though it makes the damn sense.
Wait. So with this thing, can like we edit history? So it's like the first day we post the podcast, we got like 10,000 subscribers. It's like totally changing
No,
it.
I don't think we could do
No.
that. Just the fact, like, oh,
Creative.
Or
fluffing.
hmm
but like we do that, like, but like we do that, like that ridiculous trope where it's like, then I don't know, Noah like wakes up and it's all a dream,
Yeah, like it was all a dream, and then Tommy's just sitting there like in a by a fireplace in a chair, just like it was all a dream.
Yeah, we actually have like 30 subscribers,
Yeah.
but
We have less than we do now. Holy shit.
We're doing worse off.
Yeah, we're doing worse. Like holy shit. We're almost. I think we're at
God.
57 right now. If we can just get to 69
Fif-
in a
fif-
couple months, I'd be happy.
ooh,
We
if we
actually
get to
have
69, we can close the account.
That's a party. Yeah. No more videos. No more videos.
Yeah. Well, we have 58 as of like an hour or two ago.
Okay, cool.
So
We're
See,
so
we're
close.
already getting there.
Yeah,
we're already getting there. It's flying.
we're pretty much like 11 away from 69. We're gonna get there within the next like month or so, hopefully.
Hopefully, just keep up the
Even that
small
seems-
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man, Tommy.
Yep.
Tommy.
Keep on pumping the videos, and
We'll
we'll
get
get
another
there.
good director. You think?
I also had down Mitch Hurwitz, who is like the creator of Arrested Development.
Oh, I
that'd
see
be
that
good.
working too.
That'd be good. What about Wes Anderson?
You-
Very.
As much as I love Wes Anderson, oh man, he would
He
make our
twists-
story very beautiful.
Very beautiful. This very the most simple things are the most beautiful things, and he'd accentuate that.
Or he do like a puppet version.
I'd be down with. I would be
Puppet
down with
version of
like
it.
stop motion version. Yes.
Yeah, stop motion. that's what
I'm
I meant.
okay with this.
Claymation.
I'm totally okay with this.
Yeah. That'd be
All right,
interesting.
all right, Wes.
All right. What? Yeah. No, he'll do the.
We got your next gig lined up.
He'll do the.
And
Sequel.
that throws all our actors out the windows.
Well, no,
Out the window.
you have all those people do the voices.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that.
because
We'll
the
keep
first,
them.
no, we have the first one, which is the biopic, have real
Mm-hmm.
actors, and then you have the second one, where it just goes off the rails. And Wes Anderson,
Just-
Wes Anderson comes in. He picks up the director's chair from Tommy Wiseau, and then makes this like beautiful art house piece about us. I'd be okay with it.
Oh man. Maybe this will become a thing one day.
Maybe. We gotta keep expanding our story, make it worthwhile, make Tommy interested. If
Yeah, we
can
got to get Tommy interested.
If
And
we
that's
get Tommy on the podcast. See, I tried. He hasn't got back to me, even though he said his DMs were open, bastard.
hey, he blew up.
He did blow up. He got he needs to get verified already, unless he is. He might have got verified already, actually.
Verified on Twitch, I believe.
Is he
But not
verified on
really.
Twitch? That'd be
I
hilarious.
think so.
I mean, he's trying to get a sponsorship from Red Bull. Let's see,
And he
let's
would
see.
he would try to be in Star Wars.
I mean,
Try to
Or
be Star
he
he
Wars.
might still be trying.
I mean, that'd be really easy. He could just be any random alien. He wouldn't
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
do anything different.
exactly.
Oh yeah, he is verified. Congratulations, Tommy. You were verified on Twitter.
Woo!
Wow, yeah.
He made it big.
Big ups.
Yeah, I remember hashtag get Tommy verified. So that wasn't that long ago. Shit.
Sweet. But yeah, that's a Gridlife Digest movie.
What would it be called? Yeah, what would it be called?
Gridlife Digest the movie.
No,
No,
I
it
want
can't
something.
be
I want
that.
something artsy.
Yeah. It's got to be something creative. I don't
What's
know. I
like,
can't.
yeah, I can't think of like a thing that's just symbolizes us so.
Well, I mean, it's got to have Gridlife Digest in the title, right?
I don't know if it
mean,
does.
No, it doesn't.
I don't know if it
Gridlife
does.
Digest story, like something
it-
colon the
It could
Gridlife
be.
Digest.
It could be
story.
just something like the podcast or
Fish-
something like that. Like
Fish
the
Hatchery,
social
the
network.
Gridlife Digest story.
I wanted to get Fish Hatchery in there somewhere.
yeah.
but-
No, you'd have that full scene like totally expanded. Who would
Of us like talking about it,
Yeah.
and then like it happening, being acted out.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
God.
And see, like that's where my the guy from Shameless kind of comes in. Like he kind of makes my sex stories like even better.
Yeah.
yes,
like that
I could
happens a
totally
lot.
see him in that
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, exactly.
This project is really coming together. We need to get Roger Deakins for cinematographer, though. That's the only way I'll sign away
Roger
my story. So it's be Tommy,
Super
Roger
cinematic.
Deakins paired with Tommy Wiseau, the
like,
perfect,
That's the perfect pair.
yeah, Oscar nominee right
Yeah.
there.
No, Oscar winner every year.
Every year,
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
every consecutive year.
It's like it'll never get better than
let's
this.
look
We have
back
peak
on
cinema.
the last year. Yeah, let's just give it to them again.
Nothing will ever top this. Yeah. Anyway, this is something I'd love to just elaborate on later, but
Yeah. Just keep on going.
just keep on because I see it. I'm like starting to see like the actual structure
Yeah.
come into play.
Mhm.
But
The
we
more
can
we
probably
talk
move
about it, the better it gets.
on. Yeah, truly. Maybe we could do just like do like an actual pitch video someday where like we do like all
We
the
should.
all the story beats and like how it actually unfolds.
Mhm. Just have a big old long Google Doc and read it off and talk about it. That'd be fun.
But that is not right now.
Nope.
Matt, what's your topic?
I want to talk about your least favorite holidays, if you have any. So I guess I'll start. I might get some flack for this. Hot take incoming, possibly.
Watch yourself.
Not the biggest fan of Halloween.
Really?
Wow.
Halloween's like one of the best ones.
Well, tell us
Yeah.
why.
Do
Elaborate.
you hate fun?
You hate candy?
Do you hate children?
No, I just hate kids like ringing my doorbell like 500 times in
kids.
one day.
Fucking kids.
like
Okay.
like it's cute. Like I like seeing creative costumes and stuff, but like I don't know. I just don't like my doorbell being rung like 500,000
You know, you can
times
turn
in
your
one
lights
day.
off and they won't come. Like you can,
I
you
mean,
can opt out.
some of them will come
They're
though.
tenacious. They are tenacious.
And
Like
and,
traps.
and my
It's
mom
like
always
fucking
like
Home Alone.
Yes.
Fucking Halloween kids. Like, oh my god.
Like
Still-
Remake we need.
when I would be home for Halloween, like I didn't have work or something, my mom would always make me be the one to give out the candy to the kids.
Okay.
And I don't know, like I just I mean, call me like antisocial, I guess. I just didn't like doing it that much.
Mhm.
The costumes, that part's pretty cool. I just don't like opening my door and like 500 kids are just like, "Hey,
there.
give me candy." And then, some of them are like kind of rude too, like like I don't know, like, "Hey, give me more candy." I'm like,
Oh,
"No, what the hell?"
you just get one
Take
piece
what
of
I give
candy. That's all you get. Or like
Yeah.
when they reach into the bowl and grab like a whole fucking handful. It's like,
Yeah,
fuck you.
exactly.
You only get one fucking piece. That's all you get.
So that one is like, I guess, kind of a hot take. Then this one I think makes like more sense. Valentine's Day, because the idea of it is just kind of dumb. Like, you should, like, the way that you treat your significant other on Valentine's Day, that should just be like how you always treat them, kind of like.
Yeah, it's so commercial.
I'm not saying like you got to buy them gifts like every single day, but like, you got to be like a good human being, I guess. Like don't be an asshole.
Yeah, to everyone who's like an asshole to their significant other every day except Valentine's Day.
Stop doing that.
Yeah,
Come on.
like come on, man. What are you
What are you
doing?
doing?
Shouldn't be dating anyone. Go and rethink your life if you're doing that.
And,
But yeah, I agree with you, Matt, on the whole
yeah.
Valentine's thing, because I remember like thinking back in the day, I'm like, oh, I'm just salty, that I don't have a girlfriend. That's why I don't like Valentine's.
Yeah, like also society just like puts pressure on you kind of for like
Mhm.
not being in a relationship or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you don't have a date that night, it's like, oh, you suck or whatever. It's like,
Yeah,
You're
you're
a
obviously
loser.
like a loser who plays video games all day, like you're
Yeah.
forcing that stereotype again. Like
yeah,
that's
wait,
what
why do you keep enforcing that stereotype, Mike? We're not all like that.
I don't know.
Come to your family.
I'm making fun of myself too. So,
I know. I'm
So.
just busting your balls.
together.
So I'm looking up a list of the worst holidays just because there's so many of them.
Oh yeah.
Talk like a
I
pirate
should do
day
that
can
too.
fuck off. It's just obnoxious.
See, like some of these things that are holidays are just like
Oh yeah, like quote unquote
Yeah,
holidays.
bullshit.
Fake-ass
Like
holidays.
yeah.
I can do without.
Columbus Day. That guy was a piece of shit.
Hey, I was born on
Yeah.
Columbus Day. Okay,
Okay.
so back when that was a day.
Well,
That's the
I'm sorry.
reason why I kind of like it.
Okay, we'll forgive his atrocities for now.
Also, why does everything have to be a holiday now? Like
day's a
National Hug Someone Day, National like
Pancake Day,
Cat Day.
That's
The only ones I care about are the ones where you get free food, like
basically.
free pancake day or
Yeah.
free donut day or something like that. I'm down
I'm a
for.
big fan of Free Donut Day. St. Patrick's Day, like it's just
Do we really need
terrible.
a holiday for groundhogs? Like
Yes, because we got the Bill Murray movie, and it was all
Yeah.
worth it. Yeah, that's the sole reason it exists.
I mean, I'm a little bit Irish, so I do kind of partake in some St. Patty's Day
Yeah, but like
activities.
it's so butchered.
But what do
Like,
you
it's,
do?
It's so like just
all we do is like eat corned beef, and that's about it.
it's just like, all right, we're all gonna get super fucking hammered
Yeah,
and
just like
make offensive accents at each other.
Valentine's Day. Just like
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, you can eat corned beef every day. You should eat corned beef every day.
Every
not just
single day, no matter
one special
what.
day.
Yeah.
No matter what, just eat it.
Yeah.
But that's the
Yeah.
only day I eat it.
If you have any Irish in you,
But I have hardly any Irish. I have like a 16th. But I mean, I guess that's enough to be considered Irish. It's a little bit Irish.
New Year's Eve is kind of
But-
stupid too. Not gonna
That's a-
lie.
It is.
All right,
Yeah.
everyone
I mean,
gets all
yeah, like
fucking crazy
Christmas.
to watch
I
a
feel
ball
like
drop.
Christmas is like they milk Christmas like way too hard. Like you have New Year's Eve, you have Christmas Eve, you have New Year's Day. Like there's too
The
many of these.
madness. Eve and day, for Christ's sake.
It's
Yeah,
like DLC for
holidays.
Holidays.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The
You already
expansion
spending a lot,
insane.
lot more money than
You know,
pay for a
Christmas
DLC,
is to
Jesus.
chill out. Like none of this Christmas in October bullshit. Get that. Stop.
What the
Stop.
hell?
Yeah, people
Fuck
are like,
off.
oh,
Alright, but-
Christmas starts in October, like at Halloween. Like, no, stop.
But the
I
real
will not
the real
let this
question
stand.
is Christmas Eve.
No, it's gone too far.
No.
Not really.
It's gone too
But
far.
there are people out there, I'm sure.
That's just
Are
December
people out
23rd.
there.
Yeah, it's Christmas Eve. Like, no, shut up.
Like, just add on like 36 or 34 Eves or what.
Yeah, I
Like,
can't work
shut
today.
the
It's
fuck up.
the 34th Christmas Eve. I gotta.
Well, it's like that one episode of Fairly Odd Parents where they're like, "Oh, what if Christmas is every day?" That episode gets super depressing because he has Christmas every day and he has presents every day, but like after a while, it just gets old. Apparently, the North Pole can't produce that amount of presents for every day.
First off, my issue is why would you need Christmas every day if you could just wish for whatever you wanted?
That's true.
wish
That's,
for Christmas every
that's
day.
a really good
Plot hole.
point.
We got a
Plot hole.
significant plot hole right here.
Parents.
All right, so there is literally multiple holidays for every single day. So on January 29th, when we're recording this, we are at Puzzle Day. It's Puzzle Day. So
National
go build a
Put a
puzzle.
puzzle
And
together.
then on Wednesday, when
Go
we
play The
when
Witness.
this- yeah, go play The Witness. When this launches on the 31st, Wednesday will be Backwards Day.
Oh,
So
hell yeah.
have fun.
Jesus.
So I'm actually
Okay, that's a
big
real
fan.
holiday.
Yeah, that's a real holiday. And then February 1st, I'm a big fan of this. Work Naked Day. Probably wouldn't recommend it though.
Whoever celebrates that, I need to know.
So this
I
was
mean,
very
but
niche.
what
National
what if
Weather
you're a
Person's
porn
Day on-
star?
I mean, then they're ahead of the curve.
Then
That works out.
That's like
Then
with-
every day is
yeah,
work
that-
day. And then it's just
Work
the
naked
Christmas
day.
thing all over. It's Fairly Odd Parents all over again.
Just with naked strippers and porn stars.
Yeah. National Weather Person's Day on February 5th. There's like
Everyone has to have a day.
yeah, everyone's got to have a day. Ferris Wheel Day on February 14th.
No, fuck Ferris wheels.
Why do you hate
Fuck
Ferris wheels? I
What-
just want to know if there's a traumatizing story behind it.
I mean, I just don't like heights in general, so I've never been on like a real Ferris wheel.
Not a fan.
Yeah,
I
but
like-
like, what's the
I
point?
like
You just
Ferris
go up
wheels.
high.
They're cool, you know.
Ferris wheels
shout
are
out.
cool.
They're cool.
Matt Kuklinski, 2018.
That's right.
February 23rd, International Dog Biscuit Appreciation Day.
See, like that's too
I can't.
specific.
Yeah.
I can't. That's too much.
February 28th, Public Sleeping Day.
I'm surprised.
Public
Like, I would be
sleeping.
surprised if there was like one where it's like, oh, National fucking jerk off in your hat day. Like, you know, like wear it like a hat. You know,
Jerk off
like
in the
just
corner
super
day.
specific,
Yeah.
and then like eat it on some toast. You know, like shut up. You're getting way too specific.
Okay, this one's pretty good. March 4th. March 4th at Do Something Day.
Do something day.
Do something. What the fuck does that mean?
Like do what? Just something.
Oh, this,
do something.
okay, these are too good. March 5th, Learn What Your Name Means Day.
Oh my
How do you
God.
celebrate that more than once?
So when you look it up on like Urban Dictionary or something, and then that's the day.
Okay,
That's all I'm guessing.
this is my new favorite. March 15th. Everything you think is wrong day.
Damn.
Everything is a lie day. It's a National Matrix Day. That's what it sounds like
I
to
gotta
me.
find like the most
Okay.
ridiculous one.
These are too good.
I
Where are you
could read them
finding
all, but I
these?
won't.
There
Impossible
are too many.
Astronaut Day, April 23rd.
Jesus.
I need that one explained.
Richter Scale Day on April 26th. Have fun on that Richter
National
scale.
Earthquake Day.
That's when the big one's happening.
Oh God. What more
March
do we have?
18th, or May 18th, excuse me, No Dirty Dishes Day, so you better do your dishes.
Wash those fucking dishes.
May 20th, Be a Millionaire Day. Man, I'd love to.
What?
Yeah, you
Please
just
partake in that
please partake.
holiday.
Just
Please.
be a millionaire for one day.
you gotta give it back.
Dude, I'm buying like a nice ass car.
No, you have to give it back.
Just spend as much money you
Yeah.
can in one day. Give back all the shit
I have to,
the next
I
day.
have to give it back. That's no fun.
Shout out,
But
shout
hey,
out
you'd be a
to,
millionaire for today.
July 8th, or excuse, yeah, July 8th, Video Games Day. Just another
Ooh,
excuse to
ooh,
play
shout out.
games.
That's a good one.
What is?
Like I need another reason to
Yeah,
play
but
games.
it's just an excuse.
Right.
I want to
Gotta
find.
justify it.
Before we move on, I just want to find the most ridiculous one on this list. Mail order
There's gotta be
catalog
something.
day, August 18th.
What?
That might
Do those
be
things
one.
even exist anymore?
Sky Mall.
Because I mean, that's why we have Amazon. We don't need fucking mail
God.
order day.
Oh my God. September 1st, Emma
What?
Nut Day.
Oh
What?
Jesus!
What
Christ.
the hell does that mean?
I don't know.
Emma?
Emma Nut Day. Nut with two T's.
Is there like a nut named
I
Emma,
don't know.
or is it like a chick named Emma
I don't
nutting?
know.
Like that's just all sorts of disturbing.
Oh, that was good.
Like
Well,
it's,
we know an Emma, so we can
we're coming
figure
to
this
the-
out.
that I was totally on this.
just throw
Not on
some
purpose.
nuts at a girl named Emma.
Oh, this took a weird turn.
I couldn't.
Kinda weird,
I couldn't,
okay.
I couldn't just gloss over it.
No, you had to
National
mention
Clean
it.
Out Your
Yeah,
Virtual
me-
Desktop Day, October 15th.
Damn.
Yeah.
Useful.
So clean that desktop
There's a
up.
bunch of there's a bunch of shit on my desktop that's like, okay, this needs to go, but
Save
Yo,
it
but
till
like,
that
can
day.
you guys imagine if there's actually like somebody out there who like actually like does
Does all this?
everything on
Yeah.
this on that calendar? Like
Robs a
he
bank for
actually
$1
like
Day.
yeah, I'm sure there is a guy out there doing every single one of them. Or at least he tries and then he gets sent to jail like halfway through.
my God.
Saturday,
once he gets to
December
show up
8th.
to work
Pretend to be a
naked day.
time traveler day. Pretend to be a time traveler.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, I'm down. That's heavy.
Who came up with this stuff, man?
Someone
December
did.
22nd, Date Nut Bread Day.
What's with the nuts? Jesus.
Oh man.
Okay, this
So
actually might be
good.
my favorite. December 30th, Bicarbonate of Soda Day.
What?
I don't know. I don't know. Baking soda,
Oh,
sodium bicarbonate, is one of the most commonly found chemical compounds in households. But like, what is the occasion? I don't understand what I'm trying to.
Yeah, what are you
celebrate
doing
here.
with it?
We're
Like,
just
I know you can use
celebrating
it.
baking soda.
I know you can wash your or brush your teeth with baking soda, and wash your clothes. I don't know. You doing whatever you can with baking soda because it's a
I
multi-purpose
guess.
tool
Yeah,
or something.
just-
So confused. Huh.
I mean, those are the big standouts. Big shout out to Taco Day, but every day is Taco Day. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Taco Tuesday.
I could go for a taco
Ask
right
a
now.
stupid question day.
That's me every day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
we're always asking stupid questions.
eat an extra dessert day.
that's
Like, there's
really-
some good ones, and then there's also like clean out your refrigerator day. Like, there's some really good ones. There's also some really lame ones. So I'll just leave it there for now. I think we got the good ones. Shout out to Emma Nut Day, I guess.
So confused on that one
So
still.
yeah, it's like 2 T's. I don't get it. Anyway, yeah, Arbor Day
Oh,
kind of is.
It's a
sucks.
it's a chick named Emma Nut, I think.
I know it was
I know.
capital E. It was capital E.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, so I just Emma Nut.
Oh,
But
she was a telephone operator.
Yeah, but on the Wikipedia page, I bust a nut. Like someone went in there
What?
and edited that.
What?
Oh my god.
Yeah, look it up on Wikipedia. It's Emma bust a nut.
Like,
Shut the fuck off.
Not on
Like,
mine. Oh yeah,
oh,
there it is.
man.
Actually, there it is.
Really?
Emma
Okay.
busted nut, July 1860 to 1950, and became the world's first female telephone operator on the 1st of December 1878. So that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool day, actually. First female telephone operator. It's pretty significant.
I'm pretty sure the bust a nut part,
Yeah,
or
I'm gonna
not
report
her,
this.
her middle name.
Yeah, no, could you
Yeah.
imagine? Could you imagine? Holy shit.
Wait.
Is there a way to
I mean, there's some
report
people out there with
ages?
some bad names.
Yeah, no, there is. But, like, that's too good to be true.
So I
Obviously it's
tried
not.
looking up wiki,
Yeah.
and the first thing that popped up was Bust a Nut wiki, and then I'm reading it. It says Bust a Nut is the fourth student Tesla released in 1994.
What?
What?
Oh my god.
It's an actual album.
I
Going
can't.
deeper.
Tesla. Oh, it's a American heavy metal band.
Bust a nut.
Oh man. I
Anyway,
can't.
holidays
Well,
are kind of stupid
like-
sometimes.
Yeah.
Like normal holidays.
Especially
my
Emma
gosh.
bust a nut.
Especially Emma busting that day.
I screen capped that before that gets changed.
Is there a way to report like Wikipedia pages? I don't know if there is. Besides,
I
editing it
can't stop
yourself.
laughing at that.
Ridiculous. Like going back to like the ridiculous names thing. Like my mom, she said she went to school with someone. Dick, but her first name was Anita, so it was Anita Dick.
Andy's dick. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and then the other sister was named Juana, so it was Juana Dick.
No
Like,
way.
her-
I don't believe it.
yeah, no, my mom told me this. Like,
Bullshit.
my mom doesn't tell. Yeah, like she.
Tell me she has a yearbook.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We didn't need a fact check on this. There's probably she sounds like she was just like too gullible to not get a joke.
No, I kind of doubt it. Like she sounded like she knew them, and like her parents are a little stupid, you know.
That's probably why they didn't want it.
Yeah.
Anita, yeah.
Like I mean, they're exactly that's what I'm saying. Like they're just a little too stupid to know, like or too naive to,
Flew right under the
you
radar.
know. Oh, my last name is male genital. But
The most
yeah.
overt euphemism.
mhm.
Anyway,
But who knows? It
shout
may
out to Emma Bustinut.
like,
Go give her your love on that day. Any
Don't bust
final
the nuts,
shout
Emma,
outs
bust the
for
nuts.
Bad holidays? Because we pretty
Let's
much
be
ran
honest.
the gamut on this one.
Let's be honest. Mother's Day kind of sucks.
Mother's,
Mother's
Day?
Day? All right.
All
right.
right.
God damn it.
No, that was just a joke.
Okay, I was like, whoa.
You're gonna offend a lot of mothers
I'm not,
out there.
I'm not too hot on Father's Day anymore, personally, but that's just me. One tier. Anyway, well, that was quite the journey. Man, I don't even know where to go from
Yeah,
here.
I did not think we were gonna go there.
No,
went
but
everywhere
I'm
today.
I'm glad we did though. It was a
Yeah.
journey.
That was
So
nice.
before we move on to I recommend, we have some rapid fire questions from the internet. If you would like to submit a question, you can write in at Gridlife Digest
God.
on Twitter or from a certain Facebook group. You know who you are. What up, kind of funny fam? So to start us off, Gridlife Digest guest alum Mikey Double D Doherty asks, if you were a meat, what meat would you be? Fish, poultry, pork, beef? Micah, what meat would you be?
Does fish count?
Yeah.
I feel like
That was the first option.
okay. I feel like I'd be a salmon for some reason.
No, not the animal,
I-
just the meat.
Okay, yeah, fish then.
Okay.
I'm fish. Because like I swam there for a bit, so I feel like that kind of makes sense.
But specifically, you'd pick salmon.
Yeah,
All right,
specifically
you're gonna be salmon.
salmon.
All right.
I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of salmon.
Just because salmon tastes really good.
Yeah, it does.
So what about for you guys?
What about you, Eli? What kind of meat would you be? The most philosophical question of our age.
I
Or
feel
would
like
you eat yourself?
I'd be turkey.
Turkey.
Maybe
Gotta be
I
turkey.
can see you as turkey for some reason. I don't know why.
Lean,
Can't
beef,
go wrong.
not beefy. That's the
No,
opposite.
not
of what I'm-
beefy. Not beefy.
No.
Beefy.
That's a contradiction. It's a paradox. It's a combination.
You know-
paradoxical.
But yeah, turkey is one of those lean meats, and
It is. It's very
I-
good.
I fit in with that. I like turkey too.
Turkey's
I'm best
good.
covered in gravy.
Damn.
Micah. Wait, no, you already
What?
went. Sorry.
You already went.
I can't get these stupid fucking holiday names out of my head. Matt, what kind of meat would you be?
I definitely got to go with pork because I'm trying to be a cop. You know what I mean?
Oh, get it?
You're a
'Cause
pig.
pig.
Porker.
That was good. I feel like you just
Porker.
peaked. Yep.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Also, yeah, shout out to pork. Pork is
Porker.
tasty.
Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Yes.
Spider ham. Oh my god.
I feel like I would probably choose beef just because like they get some kind of like room to roam around sometimes before they get crammed into a cage for the rest of their life.
Wait, so are we the processed meat, or are we
we're,
like
we're the meat?
the meat before it
Yeah, not
gets
the
killed?
animal.
No, we're not the animal. But like,
Okay,
what
we're
was
just
my
the meat.
what was my previous life before I was in this meat form? You know, like how tender am I right now? You know,
How tender.
these are
Yeah, like-
questions.
How old of a chicken was I? You know, because old
Yeah.
chicken
Was my head cut off?
they get really tough. You know, as they get older.
I mean-
Whereas like, you want the tender ones. You know, the younglings. You want to eat those.
Younglings.
Yeah.
Not just the men, but the women and the children too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick beef, just because cows are derpy looking.
It's beefy.
It's beefy because I'm thick. I want to be thick.
Thick AF.
Yeah, with that thick cow ass. Anyway,
Oh god.
sorry.
Yeah, don't you
Mikey.
just look at a cow ass and like it
just like,
sometimes?
oh yeah, give it to me. I'm so sorry. It's late. It's late. Mikey,
Very.
you beautiful bastard. Thank you for your question. And
Thank you.
also, before we move on, like I said earlier, check out his new podcast, Completely Consensual, over on SoundCloud and other podcast services soon. So, Powell Kuklinski, we're going to assume no relation to anybody who's currently on this show, asks another very philosophical question. Is water wet? Micah, do you think water is wet inherently?
I mean, it's kind of like one of those questions. Like, is the world round? You know, just
No,
shit
it's
like
not.
that.
It's not like that at all.
Is
Because
your-
we have
No,
a
yeah.
definitive answer
Yeah,
for
because
that.
there's a definitive
There's
answer
a definitive
for that.
answer. There's no interpretation.
I know,
of that.
but like, it's kind of the thing. Like, you know, in your head, like it's kind of what you see. Like,
Micah Benfett confirmed flat
you
earth.
know,
Mike's
like,
a flat
okay,
earther.
so
Mike is a flat
how do I
earther.
know that the world is not flat? You know, because
Because
all
we've
around me
seen
is
it.
flat.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know, but like,
Yeah.
have you gone up into space and seen
My
it for
cousin
yourself?
has. I have a relative that has. Send me
But
pictures.
have you?
No.
But have you?
I had
Oh,
somebody
so you
tell me
can't
that
prove
those
it.
pictures were a conspiracy. I was like, "Fuck you,
You,
dude."
you can't prove it though. You didn't go up in a rocket and
All right.
look down and see how the world
You
was around.
you are a flat. This is what flat earthers say.
Yes.
I hope. As long as you. Are
Well, no,
cognizant of this.
I'm just being a meme right now, so like you don't have to take any of it seriously. But I'm just saying, like in their defense, like they kind of have a point.
Flat earthers say.
You know, like around me it's flat. I don't see anything fucking
But
around.
what about water? Is water wet?
Okay, yeah, it's wet. I feel it's wet. But how do we know that that's wet?
Oh my
you know,
God.
how do we
Matt.
know it's not dry?
Matt, is water wet?
Well, here's the thing. It could be.
There's a possibility that it's wet.
We don't have all the evidence.
Definitely.
but-
We don't have the resources or the technology.
Yeah, like what's the definition of wet? Like, tell me.
Yeah, so maybe not. Who knows? You
Who
know.
knows? You know, it's just one of those wonders of the world. How about you, Eli? Is water wet?
I mean, my stance is that it definitely makes things wet.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, I agree.
I don't
I'll agree
know.
on that. So here's
Is
the
water
thing:
wet?
water is not wet. Wet is what happens when water touches something else. So water inherently is not wet. When water drops on something, that thing then becomes wet. So
So it
water
isn't wet
is
then?
not wet.
But what if you drop water on other water?
That is all just a
Does
collective
the water
body,
get
and it's
get
just
more
water.
wetter?
It's not wet. Everything around it's wet. The water itself is not
Okay.
wet.
Huh.
Does that make sense?
So water's not wet then.
No, water is not wet. Thank you for your question.
But it could
Dang.
be.
But we
That was.
thanks to this question, we learned that Micah is in fact a flat earther. So the more
I am
you
not
know.
I was just saying that just to be stupid.
I know,
I was
I'm just-
ironically.
I know. I'm just saying this to be stupid too. Don't worry.
Okay.
I know you're not a flat earther, although you were very defensive.
I was playing the role of a flat earther.
Okay, you did a very convincing job. So the illustrious Emma Myers asks, if you had to sleep with one of the Paul brothers, Jake or Logan Paul, which would you choose and why? So I'm just gonna go first because I would pick Jake because when I hang myself in the morning, he's not gonna film it. That's all.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I got to go with Jake too. I don't know. He seems a tiny bit more innocent.
And that's like the just the most microscopic amount, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I wouldn't hate myself as much.
Like he's not the one that pretended to see color for the first time. Like go watch that video. Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
god.
What?
Yeah, go or rather actually don't give him views. Go watch the
I don't-
H3H3 reaction video to it. It's hilarious. Like this guy's like
Mhm.
he just like fake tears coming in. He's like, "Oh, it's so beautiful." Yeah, it's that guy's fucking he needs to get off
Fuck
YouTube. We'll overtake him in views too.
Yeah.
Wiped out the face of
At least Jake had like a respectable Disney job, you know.
Yeah, he did, and now just look at what he makes. But I'd still rather sleep with him than Logan.
Wait, so like what does sleeping entail?
Oh, you're fucking.
Like
Well, what do you think it
Penetration.
entails?
you fucking him, or are
You're
you just
fucking
like
him,
sleeping?
man.
Or are you just like
No,
curling up
you're
next to him
spooning
and falling
Yeah,
asleep?
You're spooning. Well, it's like whatever you're feeling. Like if you're spooning him, but like there's gonna be some like light like neck kissing
What?
at the very least. You can
Okay,
expect, yeah.
but like
Tender
would that
lovemaking.
involve like me screwing him or him screwing me? Like, well,
You take
I'm confused.
turns.
On
It's however you want this to happen.
okay.
They're down for either.
69.
I mean, the preferred answer would be neither.
No, that's not an option. Emma said that is not an option, and you can't kill yourself.
Yeah, I already asked.
Yeah, we tried. The
Can,
loophole.
can I
was
have
filled.
one of them kill me at the end, like hang me?
Yeah.
After
You'll
I'm
get
full
so many
ordeal?
views.
So you're being
Yeah.
Logan.
You're feeling
Yeah, I'll have
Logan.
Logan like, well, I don't know, like cuddle up together, and then I'll have him hang me afterwards, because I do not deserve to live if that ever
Yeah.
happens.
This is horrible. What
Not,
about
not
you,
letting
Matt?
him near me.
Who do you
Uh,
pick definitively?
I mean, I guess Jake, because he is maybe a little bit less of an asshole than Logan.
Barely, like so minuscule.
Yeah, it's like,
He's such a dick.
yeah. So, I guess.
It's like
I-
I don't want to be in this at all. And
I-
also,
I-
don't forget that Emma is a Jake Pauler, so you know who she's
Right.
picking.
That's right.
Yeah.
She has a poster.
She has a poster and everything. The merch machine is unstoppable for those fuckers. All right. Well, thank you for the question, Emma. We never heard of you before.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, thanks,
finally,
I guess.
Finally, some German guy we never heard of before. I think he's a Max Meyer.
Who the
Mayer.
fuck is that?
You mean
Mayer?
Kylo Ren?
Kylo Ren, Adam
Yeah,
Driver.
Adam Driver.
So he asked probably the least philosophical: cats or dogs, and why? Micah,
Cats.
or dogs?
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Dogs, because they're the least asshole-ish.
Okay.
Like you can get along with them, unlike cats. Cats will scratch the shit out of you.
Not all cats.
Just-
Hashtag not all
Most.
cats.
That's true.
When a
But-
cat's really
I-
cool, like I love cats that aren't assholes, but like most of them are assholes. I agree.
Mhm.
I love a chill cat, but
Like I've like one time I was hanging out with one of my cats while I was a youngling, And for some reason, this fucking cat I named Gray, like he jumped up and like bit my nose.
What an
It's like,
asshole!
why did you do that? Like, what did I do
Like,
to
what?
deserve you to
You were
pet me
you were a lesser
or to
being.
bite my fucking nose?
Yeah,
Why
And
did
then-
you do this?
yeah.
And then I remember that same or one of our other cats.
Everybody
One of the other
betrayed
cats-
me.
Everybody betray me. I'm fed up with this world.
One of the other cats ended up like dying on our front porch,
Oh my god.
and then my little sister walked in with all the dead cats. She's like, "Oh, it's sleeping."
No.
Oh no!
Yeah, and my mom put that in the scrapbook, like her
Oh,
scrapbook.
what?
Yeah, there's a
What?
picture of
The
it.
picture of the dead cat.
Yeah, we were
Grab a
holding the
pin,
dead
put it in the
cat.
cookbook.
I just remember seeing that cat like vividly, just flopping there, like just laying there limp.
Oh god!
Like she'd swing the cat around and be like, its head just flopping around. That was pretty disturbing.
That's
so that has a
horrible.
lot. That's a lot to do. That has a lot to do with me
Yeah,
not
that's some
liking cats.
traumatic- I don't like this cat because the other cat died. Did I tell my the stupid fat cat story that I used to have that ran away?
No.
Okay,
I don't think
I
so.
swear I did, but maybe not. So I had this cat at one point. His name was Rasta because he was fat and he had big black, like long black hair. I didn't pick the name. I just want that to be known. So he's like really stupid, right? Like just stupid, out of his gourd stupid. So one day he decided he's gonna follow me to school for some reason, and I that was the time where I rode the bus. So it's like, he's just walking along with me to the bus stop. I'm like, I can't take you there. I don't know what you expect this to happen. Like, what's your goal here? Like, where do you go with this? And so, like, he acts all surprised when I get on the bus without him. Like, what do you want me to do? And cats, they're supposed to be, they're smart. They're supposed to know, like, very easily know their way back home, right? Well, this motherfucker
Yeah.
never saw him again. Like, we walked like a block in a straight line. Like, it couldn't have been easier. And he still got lost. So I have this like headcanon in my brain that's like he like somehow made his way to California and is like now like the leader of like a gang of strays, and he's still ginormously fat. And
I'm just imagining like the movie Homeward Bound.
but like he's
and
too stupid to like know where home is, so he
Yeah.
just ends up everywhere but home. Yeah,
Yeah, but like really, he's just like right around the block. But, like
he's probably still there.
yeah, just they're hanging out with a bunch of cat buddies.
No, I imagine somebody got him at some point. He's probably still alive. But
How many years ago was this?
I mean,
What
7th
do you-
grade. So what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, there's a
8,
possibility he's still alive.
Possible.
Cats have 9 lives, right?
No,
And that's the myth.
That's a myth. Just
Yeah,
like
no.
the Earth being flat. That's also a myth. All right. All right. Max Mayor. Thank you for your question.
Yeah, thank you.
It is time for I Recommend, where one of us recommends to the group something for the others to check out. It can be anything. And last time, Max Meyer recommended episode 1 of Shameless. This is the show that we had all heard him talk about ad nauseum on the group chat, and I was just morbidly curious that I was like, can you please recommend this show? And it's just so I could see what string of events can link these just gratuitous amounts of sex and drugs together. So we checked it out. What did you guys think? Micah, did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. I had actually watched this show like previously, like way before Max was starting to talk about it.
Okay, so you're more.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
what it
I'd
was.
watched like the first 3 episodes, and I mean, it's interesting. It's kind of cool because in the show they have this family that's like so dysfunctional that it's functional in a way.
It's
It's
a beautiful
it's-
disaster of just
exactly like they're all pitching in to like buy shit, like pay for electric bills
Yeah, that
and
was cool.
food and all that, and then they have like it all planned out, like, oh, I'm gonna go and distract the milkman or whatever, and you're gonna go swipe his shit, and just I found that really neat, and I don't know, it's pretty interesting, and then it's kind of they have a lot of sex in there, so I mean that's interesting too.
It's
I read-
free.
Yeah,
is
it's pretty.
interesting.
Yep. And I thought it was funny how like kind of situations they get into, like the guy who I was talking about, who I wanted to play me, Lip, or his character's name Lip. I thought it was funny how he was just getting his dick sucked, by this chick he was tutoring.
The mom was just right there in the kitchen.
Yeah, it's
like,
right there.
totally
He was
oblivious.
totally fucking oblivious, even after the fact that the dad finds out. It was like, oh my god, how oblivious can you be? How naive can you be? But yeah, I kind of think I'll start watching it more, mostly because I'm a big fan of Lip for some reason, because I want him to play.
Really?
You just wanted to play, yeah.
Yeah. Like I can't have it any other way. If there is gonna be a movie about us, like he has to play me. So yeah, I'm definitely interested to continue it. But I don't know, the way like Max talks about it just gets more crazy and crazy.
Like, how does these things
And,
just
like-
It
happen?
really does.
Like, why are people okay with this? Like, these things, these
Mhm.
events happening in their lives. Like, no.
Perfectly normal. Like, oh, he passed out drunk, and the chick's boyfriend takes him off to like Canada. Like, well, when does that ever happen? I think that's in a couple episodes later. Spoilers.
Honestly, like, I don't remember that happening.
Yeah, I got the episodes confused.
That was the post-credits scene.
Yeah, the
No.
stinger at the end.
Like I say, that's the second episode.
One of my favorite lines was, ever try to play pool with a rope?
Oh, that was great.
I thought that was good. And then, like, the other one, the whole point of the digestive system is one-way traffic. I thought that was pretty good, too. It's pretty
lots
cool.
of-
Like, it has, like, this, like, nonchalantness about it. It's like, everything is, this is just how life is. Like, we're all okay
Just
with
normal,
it.
yeah.
Uh,
Mhm.
I prior to Max suggesting or recommending it, like I had seen maybe half a season, like I don't know what season, maybe like 5 or 6, if that's even possible. Oh, it's been going on for like 7 years, so yeah, probably like 5.
Yeah.
And that's like the first time I ever saw it. I had heard of it before, but yeah, it gets very crazy the further it goes into, and like just uncomfortably, like things happen and you don't want to watch it because it's like this stuff shouldn't be happening, like no one should be doing this, but you watch it because it's like, all right, how would this actually play out or something,
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm not gonna. I've only seen like several episodes, and I can't get into it at all. Like so many people I know really love it, but it just makes me like too uncomfortable to watch, I guess.
It's also each episode is also like an hour long. Like it's a lot to watch.
That makes me less motivated to watch the rest of it.
Exactly. Like it's not easily digestible. As our name says. I would not I wouldn't recommend it to someone who's gonna just watch like an episode here or there or try and get into it. I mean, unless you're really into that kind of style, that weird wackiness they have going for them. But like I feel like at some point and they start running out of ideas and it's just so fucking off the wall. It's like, okay, this isn't realistic at all. It's not grounded anymore.
Yeah, no. Later on, it gets pretty wild. Like it's not wacky. It's just like
Mhm.
they're thinking of any situation to put these people in. That's fucked up.
Mhm. I mean, so far it seems relatively tame, but like the way Max is talking about it, like, oh, they lit these 2 people on fire. Like, what the hell? Like that's a big jump from what's going on now. So,
I guess if you're interested, like after the first episode, and then after Max is like, "Oh yeah, these people are getting lit on fire." Like, all right, how do you get from the first episode to this?
There's more
I guess it's like
curiosity for sure.
they probably just like slowly spring it on you. Like
That
and you just-
character development,
exactly. You get more and more desensitized to it. It's like, oh, this is just normal now. But yeah,
It's a good show to put on if you need something on while you're like playing your Switch.
that's a good way of putting it. Like you look up
You
once in a while and
just
like,
got
oh,
these 2 people like
that's cool.
fervently having sex with each other. It's like, holy shit. No.
Yeah, that's when you
Yeah.
pause.
No foreplay there. Like, you're just going.
No, they're just on the ground, just hardcore fucking.
Like, this is
Back to Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here.
Yep. But yeah, I don't have much more to say about that show.
Not my type of show. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I there's this weird charm to it, but like, yeah, like if it's gonna get like super fucked up, like I'm not really. I don't know if I'm down to really.
Great actors though. Great cast.
You know, the performances were all really good.
Yeah, they are really good.
Yeah, I don't know, something just gratuity, just in any sense, just is not really interesting to me. I don't know, just there's a line, and this seems to very much cross it, at least at one point. So I don't know how much more. I might maybe like the first season, like before it gets too crazy, just to see how things escalate a little bit. But I'm not like super motivated, especially with all the shows I want to watch that I haven't. It's definitely not high on the list. But if this is sort of your thing, go check out episode 1 of Shameless. And
I'm very surprised this is Max's thing.
Yeah, no, I'm like,
me too.
I mean, he says he's just like, it's for the shock value, I think. But I mean, more power to him. He's into it. So Micah, you're gonna take us home.
Yeah, so I want to recommend a documentary from Netflix called "What the Health." So it's basically a documentary telling you meat is bad and you're gonna get cancer, die from it. But it's pretty interesting. I'd say have a watch, and see how that goes. I mean, it's not too long, but a lot of the points they bring up are pretty interesting.
Is it just meat that they're?
No, it's not
on?
just meat. It's like meat and meat products, like eggs, yogurt, milk, like all that shit. Like it's really bad for you. And they bring up like several examples of it, like turning people's lives around, of them just quit eating like meat products. Like a lot of these people, they don't even have to take medication anymore, just because it's causing all these problems for them.
That's insane.
But like it definitely had me rethink like the whole eating meat thing. I'm like, fuck, like maybe I'd be able to live a longer and healthier life, if I stopped eating meat. But at
meat
the
is
same
so
time,
good, though.
exactly, at the same time, that's not living though. You gotta go big or go home.
As the wise
Like-
Fluffy once said, why is life worth living if I can't have a taco?
Exactly. I'm not gonna have some veggie taco with some like fake meat they made up. Like,
Well,
it's actually made out of mushrooms, like, or it's just some shit like that. I don't know.
Some of that's actually really good when they do it right.
Okay. See, like I haven't tried it, so I wouldn't know. But
Shout out to Very Vegan Sundays if you're in SF.
gotta check it out. But yeah, everyone go check out What the Health. It's an interesting watch. Definitely recommend it.
I'm scared
And
to
I
watch
could-
it, but also interested.
Yeah, like it'll definitely have you like rethinking everything there for like a couple days, and then you just go back to normal.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I could destroy a burger right now, man.
Yeah, like
after the second you finish watching, it's like,
exactly. Like I
Just some
have a
McDonald's.
whole like pizza sitting in the fridge that I'm gonna go reheat and eat right now, like right after this. Like,
Yes.
that's me showing like how much that actually affected me.
Well, maybe one day us as a species will collectively change, but I like meat and things that are bad for me, unfortunately,
Mhm.
for my body.
Yeah, same.
Life's too short, man. Just do it.
Just eat meat.
Team fat.
Yes.
Yep. Go
Anyway,
eat some meat.
go check that out. What the Health on Netflix, correct?
Yep.
Great name.
Yeah, great
Netflix
name.
exclusive.
Netflix exclusive. You heard it here. And then, of course, this has been episode 23 of Gridlife Digest. Thank you so much for listening. You can head over to gridlifedigest.com to see all the content in one place. Consider subscribing on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube. We'll be back next Wednesday with another conversation. Thank you all, gentlemen, for joining me
Thank you.
on this late night. I hope
Yep.
you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Be good to each other.